you are developing a relationship with that friend. That is exactly where your, move this one this way and this one this way. That is exactly the kind of relationship you are supposed to create with your Ori, your spirit guide. Is the one that chose your path in this life, and is the one that knows the step you are supposed to take on every part of your journey. So that's going to be our focus today, because if you do not have access to that, there are lots of things that you are shortchanging yourself on. There are lots of things that you are supposed to get that you are not getting. Where is she? There are lots of things that you are supposed to get that you are not getting. So today we are going to be, I'll be giving you a glimpse into that. Now, for if you want to go in depth into it and you want to understand how to apply it for yourself, you can pick up the book, take your time, read through it, listen to the audio that comes with the book, and then you develop your Ori gradually like that, particularly with Iba. That's what we're going to be teaching today. If you are joining us for the first time, please click on the screen. If you are joining us for the first time, this is ÌṣЭṣE for today. This is the YouTube channel of Iyanifa Ewa TV and the TikTok channel of Ifa College. Our flash goal on TikTok today is the ice cream. 13 gifters to send in the ice cream on TikTok. That is our flash goal for this morning. Send in your flash goal for this morning. Eshegoni Adupe. Send in your flash goal for this morning. So we are teaching on Iba. T always Eshegoni. That other person, I can't really pronounce your name. 11 more people. Oya, kia. Mena, thank you so much for that. D, thank you for that. Let's be fast about it. Naya, thank you so much. Anita, thank you. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, we're halfway gone. Blessing, thank you for that gift. 6 more people to send in their ice cream. That is the flash goal on TikTok this morning. 6 more people to send in. 6 more people. Tolu Babs, Eshegoni, thank you so much for that repeated gift. Blue Harmony, okay, I see your name now. Thank you so much. There are what now? How many more people? 5 more people. 5 more different people. If you have not sent in your gift, this is the way you support and make sure that more and more people hear about Ifa. As we meet this flash goal, the algorithm says, I understand what you're doing, I know this is good content, and I will help you push it to more and more people. So we need 5 more different people that have not sent that in. And if you have not sent in your Heart Me for the day, please send it in. 4 more different people to send in their ice cream cone. 4 more different people. Let's start today by making our Iba. Akoda ayé àṣèbà. Àṣèbà tí wáyé ọjọ́. Àṣèbà tí wọ̀ oòrùn. Elédùmarè ọba tẹ́rẹrẹ kárí ayé àṣèbà, àníkíbà wá ṣe o. Òràn ọmọ níṣẹ́ fàyà tí àṣèbà. Ọba tó lọ kọrin kése, ọba lánàá, ọba lénìí, ọba títí ayérayé àṣèbà, àníkíbà wá ṣe o. Ajagunmalé olúwo òdi ọ̀run àṣèbà, olúbíkin ọ̀sán ìbíkin àṣèbà. Àṣèbà gbogbo àwọn agbára tó solé ayé ró, àṣèbà àwọn tó tẹ̀ka tó tẹ̀, àṣèbà àwọn tó ṣàwòkù sẹ́yìn fún wa, àṣèbà àwọn tí wọ́n ṣílẹ̀kùn ọjọ́ ìní, àníkíbà wá ṣe o. Òní lọ̀sẹ̀ Ifá olókun asọ̀rọ̀dayọ̀, Ifá orí mi rèé o, Ifá ẹ ṣé adúpẹ́. Èní ní ọ̀sẹ̀ Ifá, àníkọ́lọ́sẹ̀ ó gbà ó láṣẹ Èdùmàrè, àníkọ́lọ́sẹ̀ ó gbà kíbà wá ṣe o. Èní lọ̀sẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun, Ọ̀ṣunṣẹ̀ ẹ̀gẹ̀ṣẹ́, Ládékojú, ẹbọra tí ń gbé nínú omi, ẹ̀wù jí alágbolódò, òwáyanrìn kówó sí, àṣèbà orí, àṣèbà ẹlẹ́dàá, àṣèbà gbogbo àwọn òrìṣà tá à ń ṣọ̀sẹ̀ fún, àníkọ́lọ́sẹ̀ ó gbà ó láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Níbi gbogbo tá a ti péjọpọ̀ lénìí, mo ṣèbà orí wa, mo ṣèbà ẹlẹ́dàá wa, mo ṣèbà gbogbo àwọn alálẹ̀ ilẹ̀ tí wọ́n ṣílẹ̀kùn ọjọ́ ìní, àníkíbà wá ṣe o. Ẹ̀yin ìyá mi ọ̀pàkẹ́ àlàkẹ́, ẹ̀yin alágogo idẹ, ẹ̀yin arógbáṣọ má balẹ̀, ẹ̀yin ìyá mi ọlọ́mú kan tí ń fún gba ọmọ ọlọ́mọ ẹlẹ́sẹ̀ kan tí ń bẹ́ lẹ́sẹ̀ méjì jà, àṣèbà yín, àníkíbà wá ṣe o. Ẹ̀yin olókìkí òru, ẹ̀yin tẹ́lẹ̀dùmarè gbélé ayé lé lọ́wọ́, àṣèbà, àníkíbà wá ṣe o. A tún ti wá bọ́ sínú ẹ̀kọ́ Ifá mi ìlénìí, ẹ̀kọ́ lórí ìbà, bá a ṣe ń ṣe ìbà fún orí, ẹ̀kọ́ lórí ibi tí orí wa wà, ìhà tá a kọ sí orí, tá a kọ sí ṣẹ̀dá wa, lórí ìrìn àjò ilé ayé wa, òun la wá kọ́ lénìí. Kífá fi ìmọ̀ ọgbọ́n àti òye kó fi mọ̀ wá láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Ibi tó rí wa ń gbé wa lọ kẹ́sẹ̀ wa má ṣì wá lọ́nà níbẹ̀ láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Gbogbo ọlá, gbogbo ajé, gbogbo ọrọ̀, gbogbo ìdùnnú, àlàáfíà àti ìgbéga tó jẹ́ tiwa nínú ẹ̀kọ́ Ifá yìí òun ni kó dúró tì wá láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Kífá bá wa ṣe, k'Elédùmarè bá wa ṣe, káwọn tó ṣawo kù sẹ́yìn kó bá wa ṣe tiwa láṣẹ pé. Thank you so much for joining us today. Our flash goal is the ice cream cone, and we need 3 more people to send in their flash goal. 3 more people to send that gift, the ice cream cone on TikTok. 3 more people. We have just a few more minutes left. Continue to click on your screen and continue to share. Please click on the share button. It's very important. All of these activities tells the algorithm that this content is good and they should show it to more and more people. Èèyàn méjì péré náà ni o. 2 more people to meet this flash goal. If you are on YouTube, please confirm video and audio quality is good right now, and we need people. Auntie Golden Light, ẹ kú ojúmọ́, ẹ káàárọ̀, a kí yín o. Can somebody check if where are you guys going to? Can somebody check if YouTube is okay? Move closer here. I don't want to have to call anybody. Ẹ ṣé gan ni a dúpẹ́. Our flash goal has been achieved. Thank you very much. Figere, thank you so much for sending in your gift. So today I said I was going to be speaking to us about Iba and our Ori. I started by explaining how important our Ori is on this journey. What I just did right now before we went into the teaching is called Iba. Iba is how we pay homage. Now, more than just paying homage. Paying homage sounds like we are just showing respect. Yes, that is awesome. But more than just paying homage, in Yoruba tradition, Yoruba culture, and Yoruba, which is all deeply rooted in our spirituality, respect and homage is a huge part of us. If you are in the Western world and a child that is underage passes by and doesn't greet an elderly person there, nobody sees it as anything per se. They will just say the child doesn't feel like, and it's okay. Everybody goes their separate ways. But if you are in Yoruba culture or an environment in the West that is deeply rooted in Yoruba culture, and a child that is underage passes by and doesn't greet the adult that is there, the first thing you hear people say is that ọmọ eléyìí ò máa lẹ́kọ̀ọ́, ṣé wọn kọ́ nílé ni? Meaning this child does not even have any form of home training. Is it that this child was not trained, or the child was not at home to listen and to understand what the home training that they gave to them is? Because by default we expect that everybody, sorry, I can't hear you. Because by default everybody expects that a child that is trained should be able to understand these things. Passes by without greeting anybody, without paying homage to anybody that is there, and then the same child comes back asking for one thing or the other. Is it okay? Thank you so much. And the child comes back asking for one thing or the other. Everybody in that environment will be looking at him like, oh, so you saw us here before you passed, and you couldn't say hello, you couldn't greet, you couldn't kneel down. Now you are coming back to ask for something. It's either they don't answer that child, that is best case scenario, or they insult the child and send the child to the they will give the child extra insults to take home to their mother and their father, aside from not even listening to that child at all. That's what happens. But in the Western world, it's not so. You can pass by somebody and not greet them and come back and ask for directions. If they want to listen to you, they will. Now, that shows you how important it is in the practice of Ifa for you to pay homage to the hierarchy that has gone ahead of you. There is hierarchy in this thing. There are levels to it. Beginning from Olodumare, the divine and supreme being, to the least on that hierarchy, which is the Awo. Those are the Babalawos, Iyanifas, Babalorishas, Iyalorishas, and people that attend to different things that has to do with physical representation of these spiritual forces. And your Ori is on that hierarchy. Your Ori is somewhere on that ladder. And you cannot skip it. If you are not able to connect and venerate your Ori the way you are supposed to, you will not have access into those things. Mrs. O Forever, Eko Ojumo Ekaro, Pauline Adebayo, Grand Rising. You will not be able to have access to those things. Just the same way the child that entered in and did not greet the elders that were there will not be able to access the wisdom, the direction, and the information that he or she is seeking that only those elders can give. He can get every other thing outside. But you see, as regards that group of people and the direction he needs in that space, they are not going to listen to him. And like I said, that is best case scenario. If they want to give worst case scenario, they will insult the generations of that child. That child will live there crying, like seriously in tears. It's the same thing. The spiritual hierarchy you do not pay homage to. You cannot access what only them can give. You will be able to access other things, but that part you will not be able to. Same thing with your Ori. Somebody said network. What's wrong with the network? Is it your network or is it a general thing? Please let somebody else confirm that you can hear me and you can see me clearly. Let somebody else confirm you can hear me and see me clearly. Where are the two of them now? Turn this thing on. Somebody should be here. Once that is okay, it's fine. And let it come to this side. Face it towards this side. Face it. Face. Okay. You can hear you well. All is clear. All right. Thank you so much for that. So if you are not able to connect with your Ori the way you are supposed to, thank you so much, Toots on YouTube, you will not be able to access the things that only your Ori can give. And now, when it comes to Iba to your Ori, remember I said your Ori is a personal Orisha. That is your own personal Orisha. You can learn how to make Iba to other Orishas generally. The Iba of Oshun is the same thing everywhere. The Iba for Ajay is the same thing everywhere. Obatala, Ifa, Ṣàngó, Ọbalúayé, Ọbalúfọ̀n. The Iba for àwọn Yami is the same thing everywhere. It just depends on the part of their energy that you want to access at that time. But when it comes to your Ori, there is general Iba, mo ṣèbà Ori, mo ṣèbà Ẹlẹ́dàá, mo ṣèbà Ìpín mo yàn, general one. But on a personal level, when you want to access what your Ori can give, you need to understand how to access that privately and personally, which is one of the services or one of the perks or one of the gifts that we added to the VIP package of that Iba book, because it's a personal thing. I cannot teach all of you how to access your Ori personally like this on a live streaming. No, because your Ori is different from my own. Pauline's own is different from Golden Light. Tooth's own is different from Naya. So you need to be able to, which is what we do when you sign up for that VIP package. I would have a one-on-one consultation with you to understand you, ask Ifa who you are, where you are from, and what works for you. And then we curate a personal Iba for your Ori for you, which you can work with, guiding you on how to create a relationship with your own Ori. Now, these are the things that you are likely to have been missing if you do not connect with your Ori. A part of Ifa says, Dr. Yomi Ekaro Ekojimo, he says, Ori la baba to borisha. Wọ́n ní níjọ́ tó rí ń gbé ni níbo lòrìṣà wà. Some people will say Ori la baba ká foríṣà sílẹ̀. A lè foríṣà sílẹ̀ torí òrìṣà kan náà lórí. When Ifa says níjọ́ tó rí ń gbé ni níbo lòrìṣà wà, it means that the day that your Ori is fighting for you, your Ori is supporting you, your Ori is leading you in the direction you are supposed to go. Where were the other Orishas? The other Orishas are in their shrine. I need you to understand that Orishas, they are not Olódùmarè. They are not all-knowing, all-present, all-powerful. No. Olódùmarè is the one that is all-present, that is present everywhere, at every time, in every form. Orishas are limited when it comes to that. Do you understand me? Orishas are limited when it comes to that. So you cannot say, the Orisha that I'm born with is Oshun. Oshun is everywhere with me. You are the one that will practice and create the consciousness of your Orishas around you. They do not have the ability to be everywhere you go to. You are the one that will create that consciousness of them around you. Your Ori is the only Orisha that goes with you everywhere. Because the existence and the consciousness that gives your body life is what your Ori is. What you call your spirit. The one that gives this human body life. The one that carries this your body. The consciousness of that is your Ori. Is like this your dress. Your dress cannot walk from here to the door by itself. Except in cartoon. That's when you see dress that is walking. But in real human life, you cannot find a simple dress walking. Somebody has to be inside that dress. So anywhere you see my dress, I'm there. If you look at the back and you see the color of this my dress, you know that I just saw your gele now. I know you are there. My gele is not going to walk on its own. My gele is where I am. That's the way you carry your Ori around. That is why it says that that very moment where your Ori can help you, can sustain you, can defend you, can guide you. Your Orisha is not there at that time. Ori is the only one that is with you. So you need to understand how to connect with your Ori to the maximum capacity of what your Ori can give to you per time. If you need Shango to do something for you, or Ogun to do something for you, you will pick up the phone and call your Babalawo. Somebody is stressing me at work, or I need Ogun to fight this battle. Babalawo will make a divination. Ask Ogun what Ogun wants to take at this time. Is he a dog? Is he a rooster? And then we give the ebo to Ogun. They will walk to the Ojubo of Ogun and drop the ebo there. You will need something to connect with it at that time. But between the time when you are calling and when they are making the ebo, buying the things, your Ori and your Eleda is there with you. You can hold your Ori. Níbi gbogbo tó bá ti ń porí mi níbi. Níbi gbogbo tí wọ́n bá ti ń dìde lòdì sí mi. Gbogbo ẹni tó bá ń bá mi fínra níbi iṣẹ́ yìí, kórí mi jà, kẹ́lẹ́dà mi jà láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. At that point you can. You need to understand the hierarchy of these things. If you need the Orishas to show up for you, you send them on an assignment. You give ebo to Eshu. Eshu will give ebo to the people that are in charge of it. You can also give ebo to your Ori, understand that. To feed your Ori, yes. But you see, your Ori is a consciousness of you. If you go to Ifa to ask for direction, Money Ifa ni afini monomo araye, Ifa is the GPS of life to give you directions, yes. But if you are not a priest or a priestess, even if you are a Babalawo and Iyanifa, there are certain times, there are certain times of the night that you are not allowed to do a divination until the next morning. At that time, you have a decision that you need to make immediately. You have to have developed your Ori to the point that you can follow it. A lot of other people will call it your intuition. Those are just different names. The consciousness of that, some people will say your higher self, your spirit guide. The consciousness of that is your Ori. You will develop it up to a point where even if you don't have access to make a divination, you can still walk with that direction. You are a human being, you are flawed, so you cannot be 100% right as to the communication and the interpretation of your Ori But to a very large extent, your Ori is able to lead you aright before you can now connect with the Orisha that takes care of that situation immediately. Your Ori is like your first aid, your spiritual first aid. Atolani Ekojumo Ekaro is like your spiritual first aid, your spiritual go-to, your spiritual call center. You know how you can call up the call center of a company and complain about something. There are some basic and immediate things that they can tell you. Then there are some very big situations that they will say, hold on, let me transfer you to so and so. Oh, we have called the technical team to escalate it. That's beyond what they can handle immediately. That is the way it works. There are certain things that your Ori can do for you immediately. And there are certain things that are of larger magnitude that your Ori will help you take care of it immediately, while it is escalated to the Orisha that is specifically in charge of that. But the first step to be able to access your Ori is through Iba. Iba is the first step for you to be able to access that Ori. That is the first way for you to be able to access it. Where is your sister? Feel this one. That is the first step to be able to access it. So you see that Iba is very, very important, and it is a personal thing. I know that we get a lot of general information online, but there are certain things on this spiritual journey as you go, you have to break it down for yourself. You have to break it down for yourself. Even if you don't know how to venerate your Ori, at least you are familiar with the idea that every environment, every village has what is called Oriki. Every village has what is called Oriki. Toban Kiomo Obadon, which is the praise name. They are praising their ancestral lineage. They are praising the Ori that represents their ancestral lineage. Boshema Kiomo Obadon. Ó yàtọ̀ sí bó ṣe máa kí ọmọ Èkó. Ìbàdàn nílé Olúyọ̀lé níbi tí a ti ń jẹ ìgbín tí karahun. Ìbàdàn níbi ilé Olúyọ̀lé níbi tí kí ló máa ń pè wọ́n, níbi tí olè jàre olóhun. I remember the bad part of it because I don't like Ìbàdàn people, I'm sorry. But you know, now all of that is coming from understanding where you take your source and your root from, and there is a praise around that people. And if you want to be able to collect money from Omo Ibadan Loju Agbo, you have to know the Oriki of Ibadan. If you want Ori and Omo Ibadan Kowu to the point that they can hand you over the keys to their mansion, you have to know the Oriki. Boshin Kiori, to ki nkan means to render or to recite. Like when we say Wonfe Kiodu, you want to render and recite the readings of that Odu in depth. So Oriki, Wonfe Kiori, they want to render the praises and recite the text and the information of that Ori, the Ori of the people in that environment. You see the importance of that? So Boshen Kiori in a particular location is different from the way you will Kiori of the people that are in Ekiti. Is different from the way you Kiori of the people that are in Lagos. Àwọn ọmọ Èkó, àwọn ọmọ Aromisa, Legbelegbe. Is different. When you talk about Lagos, you talk about water because that is what we are surrounded with here. The same way, Boshema Kiori Pauline Adebayo is different from the way I will Kiori Dr. Yomi, and you need to learn it. Nobody in this online space is going to teach you how to Kiori it here as a person, because the person doesn't know you. They don't know what is attributed to your Ori. Call your sister for me. They don't know what is attributed to your Ori. So if you have not, my own way of helping, I cannot help everybody randomly on this live streaming, but I see that a lot of us are shortchanging ourselves when it comes to that. Kola Adams, Ekaro Ekojumo, a lot of us are shortchanging ourselves when it comes to that. The only way I'm able to help you with that is to connect with you on a one-on-one level, to be able to find out who you are, where your ori takes the source from, and the oriki or the iba that is appropriate with your own ori pattern. So if you have not signed up for the VIP package of the Àbọṣíṣẹ, that's my only way to help you. But if you have done your Itefa and you have your own Babalawo and Iyanifa that is able to help you, call them up to say, based on your Odù Ifá that came out, tó bá fẹ́ kí orí ẹ, báwo ló ṣe máa kí orí ẹ, bó tó bá fẹ́ ṣèbà forí, báwo ló ṣe máa ṣèbà orí ẹ. You can also ask them to help you curate the Iba for your own ori. They followed you to Igbodu, they did that. They should be able to understand that. They should be able to extract that. They should be able to make divination for you that would help you with that, because you need it. Look at what you're doing. Because you need it. That is the only way you are able to connect with your ori directly. That's the only way you are able to take advantage of everything that your ori has for you. That is the only way that the day you call on your ori will not be looking at you like, oh, so you can call me now, yet you do not acknowledge me. And that is what a lot of you are doing. Your ori is looking at you like this. Your ori is not able to empower you, is not able to protect you, is not able to speak for you. So ẹ jọ̀ọ́, the Iba for your ori is very, very important. Iba ori àti ẹlẹ́dàá yín is very, very important. And one of the general ways you can develop a relationship with your own ori is this. Your ori is a spirit being, is a living being. It's not just an imagination. Just because you cannot see something does not mean that thing doesn't exist. You cannot see the air. But when they say breathe in air, you know how to use your nose to do. And you feel it that you are pulling in something into your lungs. You cannot see it, or you don't know the color, you don't know whether it's clean or dirty. You just know that you are breathing in air. The moment there is dust around you, there is smoke, and you cover your nose, you know you have stopped yourself from breathing that air. Now, there are ways you connect with your ori. You first of all start by recognizing that your ori is a spirit entity, is a living entity. And every living entity can communicate, they can speak, they can hear, they can have feelings, they have feelings. You can develop a relationship with them. They can be hurt, they can be happy, all in the emotions. Every spirit being has that. I told you yesterday, down like this. I told you yesterday, the way things are done in the spirit realm is the way it is done in the physical realm too. You are going too much to this place. The way things are done in the physical realm is the way it's done in the spirit too. So if you have people around you who are showing emotions, spirits can also show it. Which is why we always pray that may we not step on the clothes of the early ones, of the spirit beings. May we not upset them. Àwọn tó bá ríjà ayé wọ́n ti bí ayé nínú òun ló ṣe ń ríjà ayé. So you can upset them, you can offend them, and they will fight you if they are offended. Some people's ori currently is fighting them. It is upset with everything they are doing. Your ori has a plan for you. Your ori is going in a direction. You want to go in another direction. It's like you are holding a child this way. The child will follow you 2 minutes, or the next 3 minutes he has gone off. You are looking around. Where is this child? You are not happy with that child. Some of you are like that. Your ori is constantly trying to drag you in the right place. You come or you hear a teaching, this is the right thing to do. You do it for 2-3 days. After that, you go back to 25 steps backwards. When you are 25 steps backward and you realize you are far away again, your ori is the one you will call on again that will lead you in the direction you have gone before. After a time, oh man, after a time, your ori will be tired. So you need to understand, first of all, the consciousness of the fact that your ori is a whole being. Now, because it is a whole being, you communicate with it. So we are going to act like we have a new friend. You just made friend now with the... Think about somebody that you cherish so much, that you respect so much, that if the person calls you up today and says, oh, I want to be your friend, how excited you will be. For those of you that have entertainment people as your crush and you adore them, imagine one of them calling you up to say, oh, I saw your social media status, and I want you to be friends with me. Take, for instance, those of you that can literally worship the ground that Davido walks on. And then somebody says, Davido calls you and says, oh, let's be friends. I want you to be my best friend. Imagine it like that. How you are going to invest in that relationship. Exactly. So now you are going to consider your ori like that. You want to find out about this your friend. You want to know what they like, what they don't like. You want to understand their love language. You want to know how they communicate. You want to be able to understand them better than everybody. You want everybody around to say, if Davido is in the mood, is what's the name of the person on the live stream now? Mimi is the only one that can explain it. You want to be that person. You want a big celebrity. It's only me that can talk to him that he will hear. Now, you need to first of all learn that person. You need to first of all learn your ori to understand what your ori is. If you are somebody that has done your itefa, sit down and study it. The explanation of who your ori is, what your ori is, the parts that your ori has come to play in this life is stated in every essay of that Odù. If you have done your Ìṣẹ̀ṣe, you would also be guided by that. Now, if you have not done any of the two, for those of you that are joining for the first time, Itefa is the divination that we make to know our purpose in life, to know who you are, where you are from, what you have come into this life to do, what are the things that you can do that is acceptable, what are the things that you can do that is not acceptable. Your entire purpose and how to navigate this life is what your Itefa gives you. In absence of you doing Itefa, Ifa allows you to do Ìṣẹ̀ṣe in the meantime. If you are far away, if you cannot afford to do Itefa, you can also still do your Ìṣẹ̀ṣe. Is a divination that also talks about your life purpose, but not as in-depth as Itefa. So if you have done those two, yes, you can work with that. But for those of you that have not, who are the ones I'm speaking to today largely, you do not have anybody that has giving you information about your Ifa. It is now you that is going to do that study by yourself. You are going to sit down with your ori and speak to your ori. I understand you, I recognize you, I know the position of you, and I want to know you. So either in my dream or in my sleep or in whatever it is, I want you to communicate with me. This is you sitting down by yourself, speaking to your ori in the language that you understand. And one thing I need you to know is that when it comes to spirits being in the hierarchy that they are more eager to speak to you, to communicate with you than you are. They are waiting to communicate with you. Your ori is waiting to connect with you more than you are willing or ready to connect with them right now. So you are going to develop this relationship manually. As per you have not done your Itefa and Ìṣẹ̀ṣe. So you have to do manual. There is the, how would we put it? When you want to drive a car, there is the automatic gear system and there is the manual. So if you cannot buy the automatic, make use of the manual that you have and be changing the gear by yourself. It is still a car and it will still move you from here to wherever. Some of us even prefer that one to the automatic, but this is just what I'm explaining to you. You have to learn it in this manual way, and you are going to troubleshoot a lot of things. But it is you developing a relationship with your ori. So you are going to sit down with yourself in a quiet place where there is no distraction from your phone. Turn off your phone at that time. Put it on airplane mode. It is time to have a conversation with yourself. Orí mi, Ẹlẹ́dàá mi, I know you are the first Òrìṣà that I chose even before I came into this world. Orí dẹ̀ láládìmú là gbogbo wa, orí ni gbogbo wa máa dìmú tá a fi máa là. Orí is the one that we hold on to make us successful. Everybody's default Òrìṣà is Orí. I want to know you. I want to be able to connect with you. I want to be able to access everything that is you. Now, that is the physical you speaking to the spiritual you, to the spirit you. I need you to teach me certain things, show me certain things. Let's start from zero. I don't even know who you are. I just hear that there is something called Ori and I have it. I need you to show me. Introduce yourself to me. I am XYZ ABC. I want to know you. I want to know how you operate. I want to know how things function with you. A lot of people will say their Ori speaks to them through their intuition, through their dreams, through numbers, through alphabet. Whatever it is, you need to understand the way your Ori communicates. Now, once you are done with that communication, that request, Orí mi, má fi bí péré, má fi bí péré, má fi re pébi. Bó ṣe rí gangan ni kó ṣe sọ fún mi. Bó ṣe rí gangan ni kó ṣe fi hàn mi. My Ori, don't confuse me. Don't be ambiguous. Be clear. Let me see everything crystal clear. The communication, I want to be able to know you, communicate with you, understand you, so that when you are speaking to me, I can spot your voice out of the voice of the so many. If you are in a marketplace and your mother calls you, you can spot your voice out of every other, you can spot her voice out of the voices of every other person that is yelling and shouting in that market. Please keep clicking on your screen, keep sharing, keep reposting. So you have to be able to understand your Ori like that. Now, when you have made that request, get whatever it is. If you are good with writing, get it. If you are somebody that wants to record, make sure that you have a specific place. It's not the one that you write today. You will tear a paper, write it today, tomorrow you go and tear another paper to write. Abe Presima, Àbọyè, Àbọṣíṣẹ, Mosheku Atoyin. And if you want to record, you probably have a file where you are recording. Every information that is coming, record it there, write it there. Now, it's not every one of that information that is going to be your Ori speaking to you word for word directly, but you are trying to get a pattern. You are trying to understand a relationship. You are trying to build a connection. You are going to put everything down like that, practically one by one. Those of you that believe in numbers and you are seeing repeated numbers, write it down. Google it. When I'm seeing this number regularly, Google it and find out what that number means. There are so many information about numerology online. You don't need an Ifa divination for that one. You are just learning. Now, you will be writing down everything. Do that every day. In fact, several times a day if you have the time to and you remember to, and record it. The next time you have that conversation, come back again and sit down in that same place. Ori, I've come back again. We are sitting there. In fact, if you want to be dramatic like me, sit down on a chair, set another chair and another chair, tell them to sit down. Let's have this conversation. In the mind of your spirit, you are communicating. Now, a lot of people have gone to develop very unique relationship with their Ori by just what I'm telling you right now. It sounds like you are trying to play dress up, but that's not what it is. This is real. It's like somebody that doesn't understand how a telephone works, and then you pick up the phone and you are speaking to somebody and the person is laughing at you that where is the person you are speaking to? Or you have AirPods and you are talking on the road and you are speaking to someone and you are laughing and the person that is passing beside you is saying, is everything okay at home? Left lose the patient. Because they don't see the person you are speaking with, but you know that you are speaking to someone even if you cannot see them. You have met a friend online, gradually you guys have developed a relationship and you are now at the point you are, even though no other person is seeing them. And your mother is saying, girl, This is your friend that we have not seen, that we have not see how you are talking to this person about your life. See what you said, is that your same friend that is sending this thing to you? Which day are we going to see that friend? Mommy, don't worry. They will come to Nigeria very soon. They will come to Ghana very soon. You know your friend. No other person needs to know them. That is what you are developing with your worry. It doesn't have to make sense to somebody else. It's you. So you sit down there again and you say, oh, we are back with our meeting. Last time, the only thing I got from between yesterday and today, I've written it down. I don't know what it means, but I'm writing it down. I've come again today to ask. I want to know you more. How do you speak to me about this, about that? If I'm feeling this type of thing, what does it mean? How am I be able to just communicate? It's your life. It's not me. And it's not a prayer. Don't go and look for words. You have to speak big, big words. Drop all that and just communicate. Like I said, you are communicating with a friend. And just get to know the things that you want to know. Anything and everything. Go back again and write it down. Now, after a while, you will notice a certain pattern. By the time you have the list of those things written down, maybe you do this practice for like 14 days, 21 days. I usually recommend a 21 day. Psychology says it takes about 21 days to form a new habit, right? Let's go with it, if that is anything to go with. Thank you so much for that gift. Just Mimi, Eshe Goni, Adupe. Mrs. O Forever, I see you, Eshe Goni. Pauline Adebayo, thank you so much. Now, you will now come to, after you have completed that 21 days, you will now, thank you for confirming that. You will now go to your Babalawo or your Iyanifa, or you come to me to say, Iyanifa, I've completed this thing. This is a pattern, their pattern of certain things. You don't even need to tell me. We'll just make a divination. This person's Ori has been trying to speak to them. What exactly is their Ori saying? Ifa will give us the information. You will take the information I give you, both by audio and text. Compare it with what you have been receiving in the last 21 days. See the one that is there, see the one that is not there. Now, the ones that is there, you will take them. Ifa Jano, this is true. I saw this the other day. You have already been able to confirm those information that came in and was from your Ori. You have confirmed the pattern. You have confirmed an information. Now, the other ones that is probably there, you can now ask, Iyanifa, okay, these are other things that I saw. Can you confirm if it is my Ori? And then it goes there to say, oh, yes, so this is your Ori that is speaking to you. Your Ori is trying to say this. Dr. Yomi Eshegonyo, those of you that are on YouTube, if you want to send a message to Iyanifa Ewa, me, or you want to contact Ifa College, copy the number that Dr. Yomi, the name of the handle is Yomi Fatile 314. Copy that number in that order. +234-808-417-2309. Copy it in that order. Ade is asking, Ma, what is ԻΣΕΦΑ and its use? I just explained that a few minutes ago. I will come back to that. Just hold on. Remind me when I'm done with this part of the teaching. So you would confirm that. At the moment I confirm that for you, you now know the pattern that your Ori is working with. You are able to understand the pattern. You continue it again. I'm not saying after that 21 days you have now become a pro. Relationship is something that you grow. It's not a destination, it's a journey. It's something that you will continue to grow, right? So you will now understand that pattern. The next time that your Ori speaks to you, trust the process. When I was learning this thing that I'm teaching you, I went as simple as the clothes that I'm going to wear. I stand in front of my wardrobe. Ori directs me to which clothes to wear. And at the end of today, I want to know the reason why you picked this particular one. And I'm scanning through my clothes and my spirit just says, take this one. I'm trying to test it. I go to another one. My spirit goes back to say, take this one. And I pick that one and I wear it. And I step out that day. Sumaya, Grand Rising, how are you doing? And I step out that day. I love your nails. Are you married yet? Oh girl. Thank you so much for the compliments. But I'm just wondering, how did we go from nails to married? But yes, I'm married. Is the reason you are asking if I'm married because of my nails? It just sounds interesting that both statements are in the same sentence. Thank you for my nails. I love them too. And yes, I'm married. Thank you so much for that question. Somebody said something here about shells. The person said, are you able to throw shells and ask Uri a question during the night time, or you wait till morning? Please wait till morning for any divination you want to do. Any divination at all. Bami, Eshegoni. Our Ya's nails are always done beautiful. Thank you so much. First of all, I naturally have wonderful nails. Very beautiful. Very, very beautiful nails. Naturally. Yes, natural. I like to brag about this. No extension, no nothing. Nail tech, the only reason to ṣe máa tà ní gbà àwọn tó ń ṣe plastic nail wọn ò lè tà ní àdúgbò bí táwa ń gbé, wọn ò lè rí tajé ṣe bí táwa ń gbé, kò ń ṣèpè. Someone says you should have a pretty ring on your fingers. You will get married soon. You are beautiful. How many? Question. They said that because I don't have a ring, I will get married soon. They are praying for me to get married soon. And then they said, how many children do I have? Can I travel to America and come and live with them? Those of you that are single, Odù Ifá that is single, there's somebody that needs you in YouTube. We have so many wonderful Ifa women that are here, but you see me taken and owned. What's that word on TikTok? We have been picked. Pick me. They have picked us. They have picked us. Is that okay? They have already picked us. Thank you very much. There are some women that are waiting to be picked. You will find them. Thank you so much for the compliment. So, like I was saying, that is a way you will develop your relationship with your Ori. That is the way you will develop your relationship with your Ori. Someone says here, they've changed today's topic. Please, I'm enjoying the real lecture. We are here for the real lecture. That's not. We have to respond to everybody that is there. People are taking their time to watch. They're taking their time to comment. So we have to respond to them. Thank you so much. So you will develop that relationship with your Ori. You will continue to check. Now, when your Ori asks you to do something, you are asking a random question. I was giving you the example of clothes. When you come back at the end of the day, ask your Ori, why did you say I should do this thing today? I just want to know. I'm developing a pattern. Now, the moment you have chosen, you are still doing trial and error. You are trying to understand how these things work. The moment that you pick that choice that Ori has asked you to pick, be conscious about it as you move during the day. Try and see how the choice of that thing affects the rest of your day. You have to be conscious. Your subconscious needs to be as active as this your physical consciousness if you are developing a relationship with your Ori. Your spiritual, your subconscious has to be super active. So you are looking through your day, you are looking through everything you are doing, and you are trying to say, this red dress that I wore, why did I wear it? You look at, maybe it comes in the compliments, maybe it comes in something. Something might just happen and somebody might say, look at that lady in the red dress, and you turn around, oh, you look like somebody that I know with that red dress. Oh, how are you doing? Nice to meet you. And you just, a conversation just starts with somebody that is going to become a destiny helper. You see why your red dress came into play? You might have wanted to choose green, and Ori says, your spirit just says, go and do this one. It is that day that they will be looking for somebody. You've seen people that have been mistakenly picked up for things that they don't know anything about, based on the way that they look, based on their appearance, or based on where they went. There might be a certain route that you usually pass. There's a shortcut that you just pass from the back of your house here. As you're about to step on that path, you already just said, don't pass this place today. You to stretch your leg. And you are there arguing, and you are, well, this place is short, Jared. Nobody is talking to you. You are just there. Your spirit says, go and pass. You reluctantly go and pass it. In your head, you are wondering, who exactly am I speaking to? Who is telling me not to pass? But you reluctantly go and pass the longer place. Then you now go to that side and find out that they said, something happened on that road. Or somebody was coming, and one snake came out, and lion came out, and guinea corn came out, blah, 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 blah. Something will happen there. The moment you realize what your Ori was saving you for or pushing you towards by nudging you, you need to acknowledge it. You are developing a relationship. If you come to me and I give advice and you apply that advice and you get a positive result, human relationship demands that you come back and say, thank you, Iyanifa, that thing that you told me. I didn't know that it was that serious. I applied it and it worked for me. In fact, my boss at work is wondering, how did I get that information? Who helped me? You will come back and say thank you. So once you experience those things, go back to your Ori. Sit down in that same chair with that same conversation that you are having and say thank you. Ori mi mo dúpẹ́ o. Elédùmarè mo dúpẹ́ o. You see how people do it? Like if you live in this part of the world where I live, and maybe you are at a bus park, and then you were supposed to enter into a bus. Last person, you rushed, and then somebody pushed you, elbowed you out of the way and sat down in the bus. And you're like, and I'm already late. And you're already saying, relax, calm down, you enter the next bus. Next bus is going to take 1 hour before it goes. Eventually, next bus is filled, 1 hour, you are in the next bus, and then you are driving on the road. And then there's an accident just ahead of you. And your driver has to park because they are coming from the same car park. And everybody is saying, is this not this bus that went in front of us? You see that person, that one chance, you will see them holding their Ori mi mo ṣe o, Ẹlẹ́dàá mi mo dúpẹ́ o, mọ́tò yẹn ló yẹ kí n wọ̀, Ori mi mo dúpẹ́, Ori ló kó mi yọ, and everybody will be saying, olóríire ni yín o, ẹ ṣáà máa dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ori. The person is rolling on the floor. If it's a Yoruba person, we always add drama to everything we do, but that moment is more than drama. Their Ori narrowly saved them. Now, are we saying that every other person on the bus, their Ori is not active or their Elédùà is not active? We don't know. What we know is that Ori has saved this person. What the Christians will call Holy Spirit. Now, like I said, everybody has a nomenclature for this experience, which is why I usually tell religious people that take religion away, you are already practicing spirituality. Every one of us, as long as you have a spirit, you are practicing spirituality in the way that you understand it. Every religion that is practiced on earth, now we are digressing a bit, but you need to understand this. Every religion that is practiced on earth is built on a form of spirituality. Christianity is built on a form of spirituality. And it is built on the spirituality of the Jews. It is built on the spirituality called Judaism. Islam as a religion is built on a form of spirituality. Everybody is practicing spirituality. You are just calling it different names. Some people will say your intuition, your higher self, energy, spirit, whatever it is. The most important thing is that we all recognize that there is something beyond us that connects with us and is able to nudge us. So you can call it whatever it is in your language, you can call it whatever it is in your culture. The most important thing is that you recognize that there is something that is beyond you that connects and communicates with your spirit. And if you develop a relationship with that something, you hear some people say, and I wanted to do that thing, but something said they are not religious people. They don't know anything about religion. They don't go to church. They don't go to mosque. They don't identify with anything. They are free thinkers. But they still acknowledge the fact that something said, something stopped me from it. I wanted to sign that contract, but I just had this feeling in me that said I shouldn't, and I didn't. I didn't know that it was saving me. Everybody acknowledges it because it is a spirit thing. You have a spirit. That's the way your spirit relates and communicates. We all came into this earth with it. People that say Holy Spirit spoke to you, according to Christianity, before you can access Holy Spirit, you have to have been born again, you have to have baptism of the Holy Spirit. But if you and I want to be truthful to ourselves, before we get to that level of baptism of the Holy Spirit, you have been having this nudging in your spirit. Something has been, even as a child, somebody walks inside the house and you just don't like them. You know how we as Yoruba people, maybe not in your own culture, I don't know, but as Yoruba people, if somebody comes inside a house and children are not open to that person, to talk to that person, they will tell you that there's something about the spirit of that person, because children can, their spirits can recognize things. Why? Because you see this inner self that you are calling Holy Spirit and whatever it is, that Ori, everybody is connected with it. Children are still at a very pure level. Their human consciousness has not been clouded by a lot of things. So they still have a freer and a clearer connection with their spirits. So people will say, we will conclude that there's something about that person. And at the end of the day, we will find out that there was something about the person. Those children, is it Holy Spirit? Is not Holy Spirit. According to Christianity, they have not come to the level where they can be baptized in the Holy Spirit and acknowledge the Holy Spirit. So it's beyond that. We have just chosen different names for it. It is the consciousness of your Ori. So you need to, the moment your Ori has led you in a certain direction and you've seen the result, acknowledge it. Come back to your Ori and say, I see what you did for me today. Dr. Yomi is asking a question. On a little level, is the use of kola nut, hot drink, and water in the presence of Ifa enough to make prayers to one Ori? Anything can be used to make prayers to your Ori. Anything. You are the one that is venerating your Ori. Whatever it is that you have. Aside from when we are giving ebo to Ori, that catfish is a default, irrespective of what else you want to add to it. Catfish is a default, and that is because of the spiritual representation of catfish, what that fish represents spiritually. Àwọn kan máa pè ní ẹja Àbọrí, wọ́n ló dárí kan wọ́n pè ní ẹja Àbọrí, ó dárí kan wọ́n pè ní ẹja Àrò, ó dárí kan wọ́n pè ní ẹja Àjàbọ́. They will use those three names of that fish to make ìwúre for your Ori. A pè ní ẹja Àbọrí láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Ẹni tá ń borí fún yín, orí ẹ̀ òun náà máa borí, ó máa borí gbogbo àwọn ọ̀tá, orí ẹ̀ máa lè jà fún. Ó dáàrin kan a pè ní ẹja Àjàbọ́. Orí ni ẹja fi ń jà, orí ló fi ń, orí ẹ̀ òun ló fi ń lu ibú omi já. They will make a prayer for you with that regard. Ó dáàrin kan wọ́n pè ní ẹja Àrọ̀. Ẹni tá ń borí fún yín, kára àrọ̀, kí gbogbo nǹkan tó ní ṣe pẹ̀lú ẹ̀ kó máa fi ìrọ̀rùn, kó máa fi jáde. That is for ẹbọ. But you are just making prayers to your Ori. You can give a cow, you can do kola nut, you can do obi. It is you and it is your Ori, which is what I tell people. Tẹ́ ẹ bá fẹ́ borí, you are the one. It's like you are giving a gift to yourself, to the subconscious part of you. You are the one that is going to decide, is this okay, is this enough? There are times when you bring your gift to make prayers. Your Ori will tell you at that point, between me and you, she got to see me. You, if you have developed a relationship with your Ori, you will know. You yourself, you will know. A couple of weeks ago, my Babalawo said something to me. He said, Iya, at this point, taba fe ma ṣe tutu àwọn àgbàlagbà yìí, a lè lo kìnìkan mọ́ nǹkan tá a máa lò ní o. And just a couple of days before then, I had a dream and I saw these exact items in my dream, placed in front of me, 7 of them. I just saw it in a flash, no instruction, nothing. And then my Baba is saying that, ètùtù àwọn ìyá mi that we usually do every other day, we are not going to use this item again. This is the item we are going to use. And I just smiled. I acknowledged my Ori at that time and I said, yes, I see you, I hear you. So for your Ori, you will know. When you give your gift and you drop it, if you have developed a relationship with your Ori, you will know whether it's enough or not. But in any clear rule, is there any clear, hard and fast rule as to say, oh, this is not good for your Ori, this is good for your Ori? No. The only person that might be able to guide you is a personal Babalawo that has been working with you. The person that did your Ishefa or your Itefa for you. They know what is inside your Odù and what is acceptable and what is not. And here is another thing that I always say. This is me personally sharing my own experience of my ori. Nǹkan tí mi ò lè jẹ, èmi ò kí ń fún orí mi o. The things that I cannot eat. Ejire says I will message you later. Okay. And please, the WhatsApp number is pinned on your screen right now. Amazing Adult Toys posted it. You will see it's written there. Chief Iyanifa Ewa is written there. That's the verified WhatsApp contact of Ifa College and Iyanifa Ewa. It will be pinned on your screen shortly. Now, in continue, the things that I cannot eat, there's a bit of glitch on TikTok. Please, those of you on TikTok, can you confirm when you say there's a bit of glitch? What do you mean? Is it from your end or not? So, is it advisable to share Ifa then bury through it? No, you don't bury through Ifa. There are different things. If you do Ishefa, there's a different reason you are doing Ishefa. Like on and off. Is it okay like this? Should I switch the network? Please confirm. Those of you on TikTok, is it clear? Okay, the network is glitching. Let's see. All right. Let me see if it's okay like this. Those of you on TikTok, confirm that it is okay before we continue. All right, thank you. So your Ishefa is different from your Ibori. You can give Ebo to your Ori without even doing Ishefa or Itefa. They are two different things. They do not exist together. All right, thank you so much for that. So I was saying that the things that I cannot eat, things that I can't put into my mouth to feed my body with, I don't give it to my Ori. That is me as a person. And I learned that while I was making my research in Ifa. I met so many Babas. For those of you that are joining me for the first time, when I was getting information from Ifa, I traveled through every southwestern state in Nigeria to ask for who is the Oluwo there, who is the Baba there, who is in charge of this, who is in charge of that, who can give me information about this, step by step there. When I was done with southwestern Nigeria, where I know houses Ifa, I went to Benin Republic, I went to Togo, I went to Ghana, because we have a huge community of people who also practice Ifa there. I wanted to know what everybody had to say in bits and pieces. And that's one thing that I learned. I met a lot of Baba. They don't give alcohol to their Ori. They don't give Oti to their Ori. They don't give drink to their Ori, because they don't drink it. It is an Ewa for them, or a personal choice. It is what they can take that they give. And to me, it made sense. I resonated with it. So this is me just speaking about things that you can give to your Ori or not. I'm not saying this is a rule for you, which is why I said when it comes to Ori, it's a personal thing. We can only give you general guidelines. So the moment you apply something that your Ori has directed you to, acknowledge your Ori, you are developing a relationship. Acknowledge your Ori on that part. You are developing a relationship with your Ori. It's like a friend. Your friend has asked you to do something and it worked, or your friend gave you something and it worked for you. You come back and say thank you. And remember what Ifa taught us about saying thank you. The moment you have come to recognize your Ori, to appreciate your Ori, you have established something. Every next time that you are at a car park or somewhere and you have a nudging to say, oh, don't do that, nobody will tell you twice. You are developing something. You will continue to develop your Ori, confirm it with Ifa. Then you now include different practices. There are different practices. Exactly, Sumaya, thank you very much. There are different spiritual practices that works with your Ori. I taught you one when we did Odù Ifá Ejiogbe, and we talked about Ori ṣawo títí Ori gbadé, ọrùn ló ṣawo títí ọrùn gbèjìgbàrà ìlẹ̀kẹ̀. Wọ́n ní ìbàdí nìkan ló ṣawo tó gba másáàjì aṣọ ọba tí ń tanná ran-in-ran-in. Adífá fún Ori ní róni, abùfọ́ba ní róni, wọ́n ń bẹ lóko àsìngbà. Ẹbọ làwo ní kó mú ṣe, Ori ní róni nìkan ní ń bẹ lẹ́yìn tí ń ṣawo. lọ́ba ń pé orí ní ró ni ọba kan ò lè dá ní ró. That was the Eṣẹ̀ṣe Ifá that we treated that day in Ejiogbe. And I told you that tẹ́ ẹ bá jí láàárọ̀, the first thing you do, orí yín báyìí lẹ kọ́kọ́ máa dì mú before you open your mouth and speak to any other being. Ṣé rí ọ̀rọ̀ tẹ́ ẹ kọ́kọ́ sọ láàárọ̀, ẹnu àìjáta, ẹnu àìjẹpo, ẹnu àìyọyín, tẹ́ ẹ tí fi nǹkan kan sẹ́nu, tẹ́ ẹ tí bá ẹ̀dá kankan sọ̀rọ̀, àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ tẹ́ ẹ bá kọ́kọ́ sọ yẹn, let it go to your orí. The first words that comes out of your mouth is in the state of àìjáta, you have not eaten pepper. Àìjẹpo, you have not eaten, you have not taken oil. Àìjẹyọ̀, you have not tasted salt. You have not even taken water. You see the words that come out of your mouth at that time, it should go to your ori. Some of you, you wake up angry. They are greeting you in the morning, you are angry. You are passing the energy of anger to your ori, because as it's like you're sleeping on a bed, like a child is sleeping on a bed, and you're by your child's bedside, and you're watching them sleeping, and you're just admiring how cute they are, and they wake up in the morning and they stretch, and the first person they see is you, and they smile, "Mommy, good morning, I love you." That's what your ori is expecting. Not that you should wake up and you are angry. The first thing I know some of you live in environments where people just don't respect your space and blah blah blah, but you have to develop this consciousness. What you give to your ori shows how much you value yourself. Exactly. You have to practice that consciousness. You might be sharing, all you paid for in that room might just be a bed space, and somebody else has woken and they are making noise and they are making music. You need to practice the consciousness of the first words that come out of your mouth should be you making iba to your ori, you making iwure to your ori. Those are the first words that will come out of your mouth. Ojúmọ́ tó mọ́ yìí, ó mọ́ orí mi sí re, ó mọ́ orí mi sáyọ̀, ó mọ́ orí mi sí dùnnú, ó mọ́ orí mi sí àlàáfíà. Ojúmọ́ tó mọ́ lénìí yìí, orí mi ò ní gbàbọ̀dé, ìṣẹ̀dá mi ò ní gbàbọ̀dé láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Orí a tún ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ ìrìn àjò ilé mi. Ibi tó rí ń gbé mi lọ, kẹ́sẹ̀ ní má ṣì mí lọ́nà. You hold your ori and you talk. For those of you, depends on whether you have done your Itefa or your Ìṣẹ̀ṣe, and you know that the orishas you work with, the ẹgbẹ́ you work with, they are largely related to water. Bó o bá ṣe jí láàárọ̀, wàá gbúre sínú omi, and you use it to wash your ori. And you use it to wash your ori. You use it to wash your face. It's a spiritual consciousness. Water carries power a lot. Water has to be one of the most spiritual elements that we have access to and is readily available for us to use. Every element carries power in their own way. Listen to what I said. Emphasis on that is available and easy for us to use. Which is why I'm not of the opinion of you not go and fix something on your hair that you cannot pour water on your hair regularly. I don't know. My ori comes first before any other thing. Now, your ori that we are speaking about is not this your physical head, but this your physical head is what represents it. The same way every metal that we put together to set up an Ogun shrine, that metal is not Ogun, but is a physical representation of Ogun. Just like when you place your hand on the belly of your pregnant wife and you're saying, I pray for my baby, I speak to my baby, you are touching her skin. That's not your baby. But this is the closest representation you can get to that baby that is inside. So your ori is the closest physical representation. This your head, this one, is the closest physical representation you can get to your ori. That's just the representation. When a man wants to kiss the baby in the womb, he kisses the belly of his wife and believes that the baby will catch the kiss. That's the closest he can get. He's not going to jump inside her and open her up and bring out the baby and kiss the baby and return the baby back. No. So the closest that you can get is this your head. That is why they say, especially those of you in church, those of you that like to hop from one prayer mountain to another, to kneel down in front of one place, every Tom, Dick, and Harry has access to touch your head. Let me see. There's so many things about religion that you don't understand. Let me explain to you. Before I became an assistant pastor in a church as big as the one that I attended, trust me, we have journeyed in the path of Christianity. Ibi táwa náà rìn dé, òun ló ń jóun. Especially in those churches that has prophets. Those churches that uses oríṣiríṣi handkerchief and anointing oil and kìnìkan. That Bible that you are reading, chapter, what verse, what did they say in that Bible that you shall kneel down and they shall lay their hands on your head? Mélòó ni Bible tẹ́ ń gbé káàkiri yẹn sọ? At what point did it become a practice that you will kneel down and give your head to someone and they will place their hand on it? If only you understand what they are doing to you or what they are capable of doing to you. I'm not saying everybody that does it is doing something for you or doing something to you, but if only you know what they are capable of doing. The way everything you see on this earth is a representation of the things you see in Orum, is symbolic. Yoruba people is one of the cultures on earth that holds dearly to the kneel down to greet somebody, kneel down. And then you have to lie down on the floor as a man. When you enter into any Ifa shrine today, you are going to kneel down and put your head on the floor. Ifa ori mere o. Every elderly person, you kneel down. It is, you are paying homage. You are recognizing that person as a higher authority. You are surrendering and submitting to the authority of that person. Coming from a people whose 10 commandments, first letter on the 10 commandments says, thou shalt not bow down to any graven image. Second, he says you should not bow down to any graven image of things in heaven, of things in earth, of things under the earth. And they told us that human beings are in the image of God. He said, let us make man in our own image. You are in the image of God. And he said you should not bow down to any graven image of things that is in heaven. Where you claim that God is, you are the image of that thing that is in heaven. Yet we get to church, beginning from Catholic Church to the littlest Pentecostal church, the moment you have knelt down in front of that person, you are submitting and surrendering to that person. You will now remove your cap. They will now place their hand on your head. This your ori is what physically represents your destiny. The same way you will not allow a random person to be touching the stomach of your pregnant wife. Somebody wants to greet your pregnant wife and the person now brings their 2 hands to, excuse me, that's rude, that's disrespectful. Aside from that, if you are a spiritual person, you start to look at the person in a certain kind of, babe, didn't you see your auntie? I saw her and she wanted to place her 2 hands on my stomach. For what? But it's just your stomach now. There's nothing. They are not touching the baby, at least, Abby. Is it the baby that they are touching? No. It's just your stomach, but you will not allow it. Yet, you will kneel down in front of anybody and allow them to place their hand on your head. The representation of your destiny. For those of them that understand what they are doing, they can take away from you, they can put into you by that spiritual act. And they will not be violating you. Why? Because you came by yourself to kneel down and allow them. They did not force you. So when you go out and say anybody that has forcefully taken your glory and your star, they did not forcefully take it. They did not forcefully take it. You are the one that came with your 2 left legs to kneel down in front of them, to surrender and to submit, to say, I recognize your authority and I pay homage to your authority. That is what you do when you kneel down. That is it. You enter into a place, you kneel down and you greet the people there. You are recognized. You do not enter into a place and kneel down to someone that is younger than you. Let me explain to you. Yoruba culture is very spiritual, so we can use a lot of things in our culture to explain. You know how in Yoruba culture, as a woman, your in-laws, àwọn àna ẹ, your in-laws, you give your in-laws a certain level of respect. Even if you have a brother-in-law that is younger than you, take for instance the last born in your husband's family. What do you call that boy in Yoruba language? Ejo. Àwọn àna, that is a male. Your husband's younger brother, what is the Yoruba name that you call them? Enyomo Yoruba te wambi. Your husband's younger brother, what is the name that you call them? Baba ọkọ Ewo. Iye yìí ò ní ra, àwọn tó ń fún yín lọ́gbọ̀n ò ní gbà. Baba ọkọ ni. Now, interpret the word baba ọkọ in English. Interpret the word baba ọkọ in English. Adeshola Saidat Eshegoni Adupe. Interpret that word baba ọkọ literally in English. What does it mean? Father-in-law, or the father to the husband. That's the literal meaning. Now, that young 7-year-old boy, when you are speaking to him and you want to say, come and take your food, how do you say it to him? When you want to say, come and take your food, how do you say it? Say it in Yoruba. Type in Yoruba. When you want to say, come and take, to that 7-year-old boy who you have called the father of your husband, how do you tell him? If you type, for those of you that can type Yoruba, how do you tell him to come and you say Ewa gbani? Is how we address elderly people or people that are of higher authority. Baba ọkọ mi Ewa gbóúnjẹ yín Ewo, amazing Eshegoni. Which is the same way you will address your father-in-law, Gongo, the one that gave birth to your father. Which is the same way you will address your own mother. You see how Yoruba is very big on hierarchy and recognition. So you enter into that house and you are greeting that 7-year-old boy. Baba ọkọ mi ẹ káàárọ̀, oúnjẹ yìí ti ready, ẹ wá jẹun, ẹ̀yin ni the same thing you are going to do for your mommy. Mommy tó bí ẹ. That's the same thing you are going to do for that 7-year-old boy because of the position that he represents. There are some Yoruba family that take it to level 200. The wife will carry she wants to give the kini, she wants to give her baba ọkọ, the 9-year-old. She will bend down like this, egba. Especially when your father-in-law and your mother-in-law is there. Even if you are not going to do it when they are not there, especially when they are there, you will just bend a little bit. Baba ọkọ mi egba o. If you are among people that are traditional, they don't joke with it. And it's not a punishment. They are not trying to belittle you. Like she said, Sumaya said, like us, we will kneel down. They are not trying to belittle you. That is just what the culture is. You just ekpele egba. She said in their own place, you will kneel down to give that 7-year-old. Now, what are you doing? It is not that boy that you are honoring like that. It is the position that he holds in the life of your husband and in the life of that family. Even me, as the first wife in my husband's family, I do respect my husband's brothers, your husband's younger brother's wife. Exactly. Now, you see how the scenario plays. So the moment you kneel down, you are recognizing that that person is of a higher hierarchy and authority to you, and you are giving them homage. That's what it means when whether you are kneeling down in front of your GO, or in front of your AO, or in front of your GS, whatever alphabet you want to use to call them. You will now open your ear and give your ori to them. When you come into the Ile Ifa, what do you say? Use Ifa ori Miri. My ori is here. My ori is here to acknowledge you. Ifa ori Miri. You remove your head. You are giving your head to the pastor. Ori Miri. Those are some practices you should not do when you have developed a relationship with your ori. Those are things that you should not do. Your mommy or your daddy is okay. I want to be if there's some people that still don't even trust their mommy and your daddy, but generally speaking, your father and your mother that gave birth to you, that have been carrying you, that have held your ori on the days when you are not even conscious, that one is okay. Husband and wife, if you trust each other and you have developed a spiritual connection and relationship to that level, is okay. But any other thing that is other than that, there is no practice in Ifa that says that you should kneel down in front of your babalawo, and then they should place their hand on their head. Kò sí nǹkan tó èmi ò tíì rí. Is Ifa that you put your head down for? Ifa la máa forí balẹ̀ fún. Ifa orí mi rè o. And Ifa is the voice of Olódùmarè. Ifa represents Olódùmarè, the divine and supreme being. So I beg you, with everything you hold dear, desist from that act. Desist from it. There are, especially in this, have you seen processions in Orthodox churches? Have you seen the way procession in Orthodox churches takes place? When there was a particular video and picture that went viral when the late Queen of England was being buried. Did you see everything that was happening? You saw all those elderly men, bishops, reverend, whatever they are called, fathers, I don't know. You saw all of them in their different colors. There was a particular video that went around at that time. The one that wore blue, the red, the black, the white, you saw all of them. You saw the ones that was carrying candles and the ones that was carrying incense. You saw how they were turning around in a certain direction. I'm just referring to a video. You see those practices, and that is the same church that asked you to come and kneel down in front of somewhere. And you people don't understand that you have been practicing spirituality. I was telling somebody, she said, I just want to come to Ifa to learn. And I don't want to do all this idolatry and animal sacrifice. And I laughed. I don't have a problem with the fact that you don't want to do it. But I need to educate you to understand that you have been doing it. You have been doing it. That's your daily practice. You have been doing it. So as an adult, you don't need to lie to yourself. Dr. Yomi says, Babalawos will always take permission from you if they need to do something spiritual on your head. Exactly. Maybe you want to do incision on your head. Or maybe you are going through some rituals in an hour and they need to wash you from your head. They will take permission from you. They will even ask you if you are okay with it. There are some people that their Odù says no, so they will teach you how to use the incision. Can you do it for yourself? Do you trust your husband to do it for you? Do you trust this person to do it for you? They will ask you. They will ask you. But then you will go and they will say, is Daddy Gio? Is Daddy Gio? I'm telling you, some of your Daddy Gio might not even have any wrong intention. But spirituality, and some of them that are hiding behind religion, and they've gone to some people to collect some things, is very my husband and I, we jokingly say it that if not because we have come to the knowledge of Ifa, church is sweet to start church with the spiritual knowledge I have today. With the spiritual knowledge I have today, I will run to one place that nobody knows me. I will go and start church. It's so easy to access people's destiny spiritually with what is going on in church. It is so easy. So you for don't blow. I'm telling you, it is so easy. People will kneel down in front of you. They brought their head by themselves to say take. You just be scrapping their ear small. You take 20% from this person. By the time you take 20% from 2,000 people, 2,000 times 20, 40,000. You want to need 40,000%. You want to transfer something. Don't let's go there, but I'm just letting you know. Your Ori, this your physical representation of your Ori, should be protected at all costs. There are some level in Awo that you get to that they will tell you that you cannot go out without your head covered. You have to. You cannot step out without your head covered. You cannot step outside of your cover. This your house that is covered like this. You can't step out and have direct contact with the earth, with the sky and the air without your head covered. It's not like you just feel like, it's an instruction for those people. There is a reason for that. I'm just letting you know what these things represent and why you must protect your ori at all costs. And that brings me to another thing that a lot of you do. Wọ́n nígbà tá à ń tìkọ̀lé ọ̀run bọ̀ wá sítáyé. Wọ́n nígbà tá à ń tìkọ̀lé ọ̀run bọ̀ wá sítáyé, yálé àjàlá, ìyẹn àjàlá mọ́rímọ́rí, níbi tá ti yan orí, tá ti yan ìṣẹ̀dá. Orí la yàn. Wọ́n ní màjèsí lọ bí wa ńgbà tá délé ayé àrántí. A wá lọ sọ́dọ̀ Ifá. Ifá wá fún wa ní odù tó bí wa, ó sọ orí tá a yàn fún wa. Orí tẹ́ ẹ yàn ló ń sọ fún yín nínú odù Ifá tó bí yín o. Let me interpret that in English. When we were coming from Ọ̀run to this earth, we stopped by at the house of one Òrìṣà called Àjàlá. Ìyẹn Àjàlá mọ́rímọ́rí, the one that molds your ori. You picked an ori from Àjàlá's house and came into this world. But you were born as an infant and you cannot remember the ori that you picked. And then they said Ifá is the one that witnessed that ori that you picked. And then in Igbodu, Ifá tells you the ori that is picked. What is revealed during your Itefa, that Odù is your ori. I beg you with everything you hold dear. That is the third instruction. Be careful who you share that Odù with. A lot of people don't understand. Even the people that work with me in the rural environments where I work with, they randomly ask themselves because, oh, a lot of them are babalawos. They are all present there when every other person is doing their Odù. The day this person does their Itefa is a celebration. Any Itefa Odù Ifá Olobi, you cannot hide it among them. But you are not, the other person you are speaking to is not a babalawo. And you come on a live streaming where there are millions of people and you are typing your Odù Ifá in a public place. You are giving somebody the entire summary of your ori. There are certain things that we need to think about. You don't need a soothsayer to tell you. You don't need any Odù Ifá to part. You to think about it. There is something that we call don't give too much information. You want to travel from Nigeria to wherever it is. Even your best friend, you won't tell them anything. The only person that knows is your mommy and your daddy because they are the one that paid your school fees and bought your tickets. And the pastor that was praying for your visa or the Afa or the Babalawo, every other person, phenomenal until you get there safely. Everything happened in a hurry. Auntie, it did not happen in a hurry. Nobody hurried to travel. You did not have visa before. Which one is hurry? You bought tickets now. You don't have private jet. Which one is hurry? We understand that you do not want to share that information, and that is absolutely okay. We understand that it's private information. We respect it. We will do the same thing too. You are keeping that information. As Yoruba people, indigenous Nigerian people, indigenous African, when a woman is pregnant, until it becomes like this, when you ask her, Auntie Kilo, I just finished eating amala, she's pregnant too. Until it becomes very glaring and obvious, she will still continue to tell you that it's amala that she ate. Because what? We have been trained not to overshare certain things. That you will notice that the clothes she's wearing is very big. I suspect that auntie is pregnant, which is why they always tell us, mind your business. Somebody's pregnancy is not your business. Someone said, sis, I learned the hard way. It is called oversharing. So you see that information about your Odù, it is oversharing. Nobody needs to know it except for the people that are walking you through. I'm not the one that did your Odù Ifá. You want me to be able to analyze your Odù Ifá. There are certain things you want me to check that requires your Odù Ifá. Yes. You don't go on a first date and you be telling somebody you have HIV, there is diabetes in your family, mental health is hereditary in your family. You don't go on a first date and start saying all of that. So why would you come into a random place and be sharing your Odù? Kí la fẹ́ fi ṣe? You see people, my Odù Ifá is Oyekumeji, please tell me more about it. If you want to learn more about Oyekumeji, you can just say, please ma, when are you going to teach on Oyekumeji? I'm learning the 256 Odus. I'm really interested in Oyekumeji. It's okay there. That is another thing. Instruction number 3 or number 4. If you have done your Itefa or your Eshefa, I beg you with everything you hold dear, keep that information to yourself and to the people that genuinely need it. If they do not genuinely need it, I was doing a divination for a Kabiyesi. His wife follows me online and she watches my videos, so she plays it every time there. And over the last few months, he had eventually said, I want to speak to this Iyanifa. And the information he was asking me required me to know about his Odu. And I told him, please, can I communicate with the Babalawo that did your Itefa for you? I need certain information. And he was like, oh, why can't you ask me? I said, it's relating to your Odu. No problem. I trust you. I can give you my Odù Ifá. I could not even ask him. As the king of a community, I will now ask you, sir, please, can you tell me your Odu? Who am I? Who is my daddy? It is personal information. You just don't ask anybody like that. I needed it, but I had to respectfully get the information out because I know what it means. So please, I know the people that did your Itefa for you, they didn't tell you the meaning of these things. Hold your Odù Ifá as dear as you can. I beg of you. That's number 3. I mean, number 4. Now, this is for those of you that no shade to anybody. Mr. Dayo P1 Ekaro, and we are all adults at least. You're supposed to be an adult before you watch this. For men that like to give oral to their woman, random women in your life, you know, in the process of doing it, she's enjoying the ice cream and she's touching your head and rubbing your head. You already understand what I'm saying. If that woman is a spiritual woman, Gen Z releases a lot of information. You see that Gen Z, if that woman is a spiritual woman, those of you that like to, what's the word I can use now? Those of you that like, you understand what I'm saying? You are laughing already, you understand me? They say those of you that like to wash plates, for those of you in the diaspora, you understand what that plate they are washing. And then they are now rubbing your head to say, daddy, you are doing well, you know, you are doing well. I know in the moment, the two of you are in the moment. But please, before the practice begins, can you tell the person that no matter how happy you are, can you not touch my head? Especially if it's a random person. I don't care what you do in your private space. It's not my business. But please, like go down on a lady. Exactly. Thank you for that word. Me, I was raised in a church. So you see all these things you are saying. I don't even want that. Deeper Life. You know what Deeper Life Church is? And Deeper Life, all these things you are saying. I don't know the meaning. I'm a good girl. All these bad children, bad children, I can see all of you. Bad children. And your mommy and your daddy are watching this live streaming. But it's okay. It's okay. It's good. I can see the quality and the quantity of people on my live streaming. I see you. But as a man, I beg of you, don't. Except she's your wife or you're in a relationship with somebody that you have a connection with spiritually that you trust. And even if you trust her, you don't know the day she's angry with you and she has what's in there. Okay. Babe, what's wrong with you? Nothing. Sumaya said she's not there. We hear and see things happening around and we decrypt every information. Okay. Thank you so much for that. She can decide to be angry, or she's angry with you on that day. She can decide to. Now, I'm not saying every time they do, it might affect you. It might not affect you every time if you're already strong enough to protect you, but she's a woman. Subsequent times she does it consistently. It will affect you, let me tell you the truth. And I am one of the women that are teaching other women how to make use of their power when it comes to intimacy. So yes, I will teach your wife what she can do to direct positive energy towards you. Your wife can pick up that information and channel negative energy towards you because you took your children's school fees and you gave it to side piece. Voila, local currency. That's your business. But she has the information for good. You are the one that has put her in a situation to use it. So when you are noticing that your woman is angry and you know that she knows Iyanifa and she's following Iyanifa and she has learned a lot of things from women in Ifa and ÌṢẸŠE, beg her that day, babe, see, we're about to do this. I know that you're upset. I know that what I did is wrong, but please, no, baby. You see, in that moment when I'm doing that, I explained something during one of my live streaming. Let me give you a bit. In that moment you are doing that, you are under her. You are under your woman, right? And that's the highest state of submission that a man can physically represent or physically play out to a woman. That is the highest level of submission that it is. You see, at that place, you have, just the way I said, you kneel down and you give your head to pastor, you have given your entire being like this to the person. And it's a very good act. If you understand what you're doing, you understand the power and the energy of the female side of life, and you understand how to connect, because the first connection you had as a man was with your mother. That is why you came out of there. If it was, natural, even if it wasn't natural birth, let's call it natural. There's nothing non-natural about C-section. It's also natural. There's nothing supernatural about it. There's nothing supernatural about it, but you know what I'm talking about. You have had contact with it. Now, even when you are in the womb, before you were formed, the seed had to pass through there under normal circumstances. You have had contact with it. Even if you did not have contact with it at that time, the time that your mother was nursing you, breastfeeding you, you had contact with that female energy. There is a reason all of these things are like this. It's not coincidental. Now, you have outgrown your mother. If your mother wants to pray for you or channel something to you spiritually, she will only, you've seen some women place their hands this way and place their hands this way and say, if so, there are prayers that a woman can pray to connect with her children, with her son, by virtue of the fact that they are here and they have connected with her here and here. Now, the only person you are connecting with through here and here is that woman. That's the highest level of submission. You have a woman you are connecting with like that and you are maltreating her. It's like somebody that is cooking your food is lucky enough to see that you are planning to unalive them. They are the one cooking your food, and you are planning to unalive them, and they find out. Wọ́n ní ẹni yára lògùn gbé, ẹni tó bá yára òun lògùn máa ń gbé. I don't know what I need to cook before they are eating. Story has end. Ẹni tó fẹ́ pa tẹ́lẹ̀ tó ń fi po rárá, tó fẹ́ sun tẹ́lẹ̀ tó ń fi po rárá lọ́rọ̀ ẹ̀. So you are connecting, except your woman does not know. Sumaya doesn't want me to talk, Sha. You see, do you know why I share these things in spaces where men are also there? It's because, sincerely speaking, we have some very good and genuine men. And they don't understand these things. If their mothers taught them these things, they will not be indiscriminately involved in intimacy. You understand? They will not. Some of them they genuinely need to know these things. They should go and pay for the class. Okay. Subaya said you should go and pay for the class. She's the class captain of today. But you guys understand what I'm saying, right? So please, when it comes to that, general information, make sure that the woman you are connecting with here and there, you are not offending her constantly. Possible she sherawa, but have sense in it. If she happens to be following Iyanifa Ewa and she has learned certain things, she will not say anything. She will be waiting for you. You will come. You will come like a little kid in candy store that is begging for cotton candy and lollipop. You will still come. You will come. And when you come, she's able to exercise certain things, activate certain things, call on certain energies to teach you sense. And you will not see only you won't know that it's from her. But this is what people are capable of doing, particularly if you are random women. Those of you that go around with call girls, I don't have any problem with them. That's their choice, it's their body, they are adults. If the law of their land allows them to do it, it's their choice. Everybody is intimate with their partners for whatever reason. If they have chosen to do it for money, it's okay. There's nothing, I don't have any problem with it. But for those of you that are, you need to understand that before a lot of these girls go into this line of work, they have spiritualists that is backing them up. They are protecting themselves spiritually. They are learning so many things spiritually. Because they are also protecting themselves from random men coming to do certain things to them. And if they have people around them too, they will give them information of, aside from money you want to get from this man, see, you can siphon some things from him spiritually. So you need to understand that as you are going around with these different people, protect your Ori and protect your destiny. What's the time? This thing is so bright. Please, can somebody check what the time is there for me? Okay, I've seen it. 2 minutes to 8. Yeah, let's round off. Someone is asking a question on YouTube. Person said, what's the implication of an owl sharing the same Odù Ifá with a fresh initiate right there at Odù? What's the implication of an owl sharing the same Odù Ifá? What do you mean? Do you mean that when somebody has gone into Igbodu to do their Odù, the person that just did Itefa has the same Odù Ifá as the Babalawo that went to do their initiation for them? Sorry, is that what you mean? I want to know what you mean by share Odù Ifá with. Sharing the same Odù Ifá. They have the same Odù Ifá. It doesn't mean anything. Odù Ifá is 256. 8 billion people on earth will share 256. You will always meet people that share it with you. It can be your Babalawo, it can be your Babalawo's wife. To the best of my knowledge on Ifa today, I don't think there is any big deal to it. It's just the Odù. It's just an Odù. And it just means that you're on the same path with that person. You have a connection in life with that person. That's pretty much what it means. Thank you so much for the gift. So please pay attention to your Ori when it comes to these things. Thank you so much. I'm super grateful. Pay attention to your Ori. Now let's wrap this up by saying your first connection with your Ori, to access anything in spirituality, Iba is the first thing. Iba is the one that unlocks your access into that thing. Now build and block CEO. Thank you so much for that gift. Elédùmarè, Ajé will continue to increase you. Ajé will continue to expand you. Ajé will continue to add more and more to where you took that from. Thank you so much, Sumaya. If Iba is that door that opens you to access all of these things. So to learn how to make Iba for your Ori is not a general thing, like I said. I have a book that I just published recently. It is called ԻΣΕΕΣΕ and it's available on the Ifa College website. Now, there are different packages of that book. The book is the book, right? It comes in text and audio format. Now, there is a VIP package of that book. Those that register for the VIP package, aside from buying the book, you are going to have a one-on-one consultation with me, right? Where I am able to assess your Ori based on the divination, and then I'm able to curate Iba for your own Ori, because Iba for your Ori is different from the one for the next person. Yes, the general Mosheba Ori mi, Mosheba Eleda mi, you know, Modupe Ori, Modupe Lowe Eleda, Ori Afini Mono, tó tọ́ mi wá sáyé, Ori tó ń gbé mi lọ síbi tí mo rè Mosheba. All of that is general. But for you as a person, based on your journey in life, your Ori is a different Orisha from the next person. I cannot curate Iba for Ori for every one of you randomly like this. It will be exhausting. And I will need to have personal information before I can do that. So for people that have signed up for the VIP package, you would have that. Now this week, I started with those that just, you know, signed up. I started with going through their consultation with them to understand them. Those of them that did their Itefa, they shared their Odù Ifá with me, and I'm going to curate Iba for their Ori for them, that they are able to use to access their own Ori on a personal level. You should all have that. Everybody should have that. Every one of us should have it. How do one protect oneself from people that can easily see one's portal merely by looking deep into your eyes? That's what I'm saying. You are learning to develop a relationship with your Ori and protect your Ori. You are empowering your Ori as you give ebo to your Ori, as you give gift to your Ori. In Yoruba we say, Ori mi ò ní gbàbọ̀dé, ìṣẹ̀dá mi ò ní gbàbọ̀dé, Ori àwọn kan ò kí ń gbàbọ̀dé. Tẹ́ bá pé kò ní dáhùn. If you call their Ori will not answer. You are trying to lose every portal to look into them. Their Ori will give you blank. It's not going to give you anything. You have protected your Ori to a certain point. That's what it means. Thank you so much, Dr. Yomi. The WhatsApp number has been typed in the comment section of YouTube. For those of you that want to, just copy it in that order, +234 808 417 2309. Eshegoni Adupe. Amazing has posted it on TikTok and it has been pinned. So it is a relationship. It is something you have to develop. Thank you so much. Now build. It's a relationship you have to develop to protect your Ori, to empower your Ori, till your Ori becomes strong and be able to. You see some people's Ori, if you try and do something to them, do anything against them, all they need to, in fact, there's sometimes they don't even need to do anything. People will just ask, why is it that the moment people start to talk about you, bad things just happen to them? Their Ori is empowered to fight back. So you are the one that will empower your Ori as you give Ebo, as you give your Iba, as you give your Iwure, as you give your gifts. You are empowering your Ori. Someone said network is bad. You didn't see my question. John Wick, please, can you post your question again now that your network is up? Please, can you post your question again? Thank you so much, Build and Block CEO. Ajay will continue to replenish you on all sides. So I beg of you, go to the website, ifakole.ng. Click on the top right corner, 3 lines there. It takes you to the menu. The first item of the menu is the IBASHE book, right? Click on it. Scroll down to the VIP package. Sign up for it. You personally need this. Now, I'm not saying, oh, you have to just, it's only Iyanifa Ewa that can help you. No. If you have your own personal Babalawo who has done Itefa and Ishefa for you, you can also go to them and tell them to please help you to be able to access Iba for your Ori. Someone said, I'm not Yoruba, but I try to translate what you teach in Igbo cosmology. Okay. Yes, you can apply it to every form of African spirituality, even if you're not Nigerian. There's so many people on my timeline who are not even Nigerians. We have African Americans, we have Europeans, we have Kenyans, we have South Africans, we have Ugandans, we have Ghanaians. I saw one Frepong this morning, that's Ghanaian. I'm so sexy. We have Ethiopians. We have people from different places. So it is spirituality, which is what I said. Even those of you that are practicing religion, you have been practicing spirituality. Your spirit is longing and connecting to spirit. So it's something that anybody can benefit from and apply to your everyday life. And we have Hausas too. Say thank you so much. We have Hausas too. John Wick, please can you retype your question? So this is my own way of helping you develop that relationship with your Ori. I hope you've written down something. If you have not written down anything, please go to the YouTube channel, Iyanifa Ewa TV on YouTube. In a few hours, the replay will be available. Catch the replay, watch it again, take your time, pause, rewind, fast forward, and write out these things and start to practice them. See, the essence of these 2 hours you have spent here is if you are able to practice this thing. No? If you are not practicing it in your everyday life and you are not able to see the effect of it, you have wasted your data, you have wasted time. Practice it. Cultivate it. If you have any questions, go to my WhatsApp, ask Iyanifa, this thing you taught us that day, I'm doing it, oh, this is what I'm experiencing, this is what I see. I will be able to put you through, do this, do that, do this, don't do this. That is the essence. The reason I teach Ifa is not so that everybody can say, oh, this is an Iyanifa. No. For you to learn the undiluted, unwatered down truth about Ifa, about ÌṢÄШE, about African spirituality, about who you are, about where you stand, about where you take your roots. Undiluted, unwatered down. And then for you to be able to apply it in your everyday life so that it can improve the quality of your life. That's the reason I'm doing this, so that you can apply it and it can improve the quality of your life. So the best I can do is give you information. People say knowledge is power. Knowledge is not power. Knowledge is not power. Knowledge gives you access to power. Application of knowledge, that is where power is. If you do not apply the knowledge you have, you only have access to the power. You don't have power. You cannot use it. You don't. So as you are learning this thing, apply it. That's why there is a YouTube channel. That is why there is replay. Apply it. Practice it. If you find any place where you are stuck and you need help, come back to the person that taught you. We don't have a lot of people teaching like this. That's why I'm doing this. This is not my primary job. My primary job is the same thing that every Babalawo and Iyanifa does. Divination, initiation, Itefa, sell spiritual products, give Ebo and Etutu. That is all of us primary job. But then Ifa is more than that. Ifa has knowledge, a lot of knowledge that just by accessing that knowledge, there will be a lot of difference in your life. Just by accessing that knowledge and applying it. Some of you will come to Ifa when you don't have money. And you think because you cannot afford to do Ebo and Etutu, your situation cannot change. When you can learn Iba and Iwure, when your Ori is there, when you connect with your Ori, is your Ori asking you for money? You don't have it. Your Ori knows that you don't have it at this time. Sit down and learn how to make Iba and Iwure. You start from there and see if your Ori is not going to call Ajay for you. Your Ori will give you instruction of what you are doing and what you are not doing. Gradually like that, the money you need to make your divination, Ori lo ma pe wa. But you are sitting down like that. All you want to talk about is the things that you don't have. If only I had money now, I'll go and do Itefa. Once I do Itefa, everything will be fine. This one that you are listening to every day, what have you done with it? You have not used the one that you are listening to every day. Sit down in your house, go to YouTube. There are music, a lot of music online where people are giving Iba to Ori, to Elédùmarè, to Orishas. Sit down, listen to that. Make sure that your environment is calm. You are raising the energy around you. Let me tell you, you see all these pastors that are collecting your money, this is what they do. You see when you come into church and you start with praise and worship, you start with praise, you have dance. Your physical body is tired. It's a joke. There is a hierarchy to this thing. I was an assistant pastor. Let me explain to you. You have dance and dance. First of all, you start with prayer. You have prayed. You are sweating. Then you now go to sing. You sing, you will dance. Look what the Lord has done. Oh, come and sing you. Any Lord you have danced. Your physical body is tired. They will now pray worship song. It will now get you to a place of calmness. When pastor is now preaching, there are some tune that is going on underneath. It is physics. It is pure energy. They are raising your spirit into a place where they are raising the spirit of everybody. It is physics. Go and ask ChatGPT that what happens. Just Google it. You see, at that point, everything they are telling you, your spirit is receiving it on another level. That's when they will now say, what's that thing? You will now be listening to the, you'll be listening, vibration, thank you. You'll be listening, your spirit is on another vibrational level. You will carry your money and go and, that thing that pastor said, I saw into it, I key into it. Anybody here who wants to give us $10,000, money that you have earmarked to buy tickets to on vacation with your family. At that point, that thing you are listening to feels more important than any other thing. You will do it. That's how it works. That is how it works. People use it on content. You are listening to certain content, some music is playing under. Is Odù giving in ÌṢÄFA? Yes, you can. Odù is given in any divination at all. But the Odù that they give you in իշέφà is not the Odù Ifá that birthed you. But it's just like Idafa and Odù will be given to you. If I do a simple Idafa for you, I have to give you Odù. Something must have spoken. Every time you put Opele and Ike on the ground, an Odù has to come out. So they will give you an Odù. But that Odù is not the one that birthed you. The Odù that birthed you can only be received in Igbodo. They key into your energy and you are able to do and do. Now, they have played you in church. You have come back home. You can now create that thing for yourself. Get music that is dedicated to Orishas, to Elédùmarè, to Iba. Sit down and play it around you. Sit down with yourself. You already know that you don't have money to pay for divination and able at this time. Sit down with yourself. Continue to listen to it. Communicate with your Ori. At this point where you are calling you want to tap into the energy of Ajé where Ajé is and bring that money. I need this money. If I know mo fẹ́ fi dá, tí mo bá gba owó yẹn báyìí, ẹbọ tí mo máa gbé ẹ̀yin náà mo máa gbé fún. Orí ìwọ náà máa gbé bọ́ nínú ẹ̀, Ifá náà máa gbà nínú ẹ̀. You create that environment and tap into that and manifest it for yourself. Some people call it manifestation. In church, they call it whatever it is. Whatever you want to call it, this is energy, this is physics, this is life. It works. Create it for yourself. And let your ancestors and your spirit call your ancestors. Let them be able to bring that thing that you need. The moment you receive it, I've seen people that it worked for. They are on this live streaming. I don't want to mention names. When they came to me, they didn't have nothing. And I told them, go and subscribe for praying the right way in Ifá and իշẹ́ṣẹ́. Connect with that one. 2,000 naira, 2,500 naira. Start to learn it. Start to learn it. And continue to make the Iwure. These things work. People that are using it against you and it's working. They are taking advantage of it and they are receiving results on you or from you. You'll be some people online and you just start to give gifts. You just start the kind of music that is playing in the background. I like that. I like that song that is playing in the background. Or when you want to get here, want to get there. And they've gotten you and you are there. Now be the one to get yourself. You will not feel, use that same strategy to get your wishes and get yourself and get result for yourself. I'm gonna aspire to perspire. And when you finish in their you watch their video like this, you feel like you can enter into White House and just dethrone president. Here on me. Vibration on me. There's nothing that they are doing to you. Vibrate yourself to that frequency too. You apply it to yourself. These things work. Apply it. They work. I'm sure you have learned something today. Let's round up by making our Iba. Do you have any question? Do you have any questions? Let's round up by making our Iba. See, I hope you listen. I teach about Ifa, but in between, I say a lot of things that people that understand life should understand. My gym instructor, I just got a new gym instructor, and he said, I'm surprised that you don't use iPhone. I said, why? It was like, every young woman, you know, every Nigerian girl was, first of all, I'm not a Nigerian girl, but it's okay. So I told him, I said, one of the reasons I will not buy this is because I'm a marketer. I have an MBA. I'm a business person. And in MBA, I don't know wherever it is you got your MBA from, psychology is one thing that you'll be taught. And you'll be taught dark psychology. Go and Google what dark psychology is. A salesman uses it. Most of these religious leaders, and I acknowledge those of them that are genuine, but the rest of them that are not, they are playing dark psychology on their congregation. Marketers are doing it. Content creators are doing it. Everybody is tapping into dark psychology to be able to get you to do things on an emotional level without you being able to apply logic. Because when you apply logic, can somebody logically tell me why you have been buying that certain brand of phone every year that a new one comes out? Can you logically tell me why you need it? You are not in the entertainment industry where you are selling lifestyle. You are not in the brand of business where people rate you, literally pay you by the way you look and the gadgets you use. Some people are in that industry. That is their job. They have to look the part. People pay them for how they perceive them. But nobody is paying you any extra because you are using that. So you are not buying that thing for logic, you are buying it for emotions. The seller has been able to tap into the dark side of your mind, the dark side of your emotion, to be able to sell it to you. And you're buying into it. You can afford it, it's okay, I don't have a problem with it. I'm just saying. So maybe because I am coming from that level of knowledge, before we could graduate MBA, you had to learn it. So maybe because I'm coming from that level of knowledge, I see it when people are doing it. I see it. People come to me, you want to sell something to me, I see what you're doing. I can recognize, I can name every skill that you're using. And if I'm not going to buy it, I'll tell you, you're a good salesman, you're doing a great job, but I don't need this product. You cannot sell to a salesman. So a lot of them are selling something to you. Now, this is away from Ifa teaching. Every time you want to buy something online, every time you flip a content online, I beg you, understand what is happening. A couple of days ago, a pastor had his 50th birthday and he got a tattoo. And the whole process was filmed and was posted online. Right? Okay. And then people are buzzing over. Now, that person, beyond being a pastor or a minister, that person is a content creator. They create content. And there's something around content creation that you have to make sure that you're relevant. You have to make sure that there's a buzz around your name. You have to make sure that people are searching your name. You have to make sure that people are engaging on you. That is the goal of a content creator. Because if not, we all understand how Nigerian church feels about tattoo. The pastor already knows how people are going to react about the tattoo. He's not surprised. I saw a video he made yesterday. I don't know when he made the video, but I saw it yesterday saying that I see all of you are going crazy about tattoo. Don't worry, I will address that on Monday. All of this thing is a sequence of game. You don't get it. Are you people are in comment section? You are commenting. It's not supposed to be like that. It's supposed to be like that. It's not supposed to be like that. They are getting the engagement that they need to be relevant as content creators. Are you not seeing it? Are you not seeing it? You think these people are not, you think an entertainer that puts out a certain content online, you think they don't see the clothes they are wearing? You think you are the one that is going to correct them about the clothes that they are wearing? It's a game mind, and they are using you to be part of that game. I don't have a problem with you engaging online. I'm just telling you to understand these things. Don't go into the comment section thinking that your opinion matters or your view matters. I don't care what you are typing. What I care about is that you are typing. The algorithm is not reading what you are typing in the sense of what you are typing is what they are going to use to push. Engagement, as long as you are not being profane and you are not being insulting, it's engagement. You need to understand that. So before you become a tool in somebody's engagement, understand where you are putting your energy into. Somebody wore a shirt and then the half of her body is shaved, and yet, who trained this one? And this one is a mother. You think she does not know that she's a mother? Some of you really think that these people don't have sense. I don't want to ask. They are needing a buzz. This is dark psychology. That's how it works. So this is me just telling you that we are in an age that people are aggressively selling. Everybody is aggressively selling something. Make sure that you are not falling victim of this. Protect yourself. Sumaya, thank you so much. They have mastered the types of ojogbon. That is one of the 16 principles of Ifa, in the 16 business principles of Ifa. For those of you that are in the Ifa business school, she's one of the students currently taking classes at the Ifa business school. That's what she's referring to. Ifa teaches you these things. You will be surprised that Ifa teaches these things. How you can use these things, how you can apply these things. They are business principles. I was in MBA, I saw the principles they taught us. I have come into Ifa, I've seen the 16 business principles of Ifa, and I can tell you that, don't worry if you're interested, just go to the website ifacollege.ng, click on the 3 buttons in the top right corner. It will take you to the menu and you'll see Ifa Business School. You can register for the classes. That is how these things work. So please, as an adult person, be careful. Like, especially people that sell emotional things. Religion is emotional selling. Entertainment is emotional selling. Lifestyle content is emotional selling. So please, be super intelligent, be highly intelligent, so that at the end of the day, you are able to pick based on logic. It helps you to protect your resources, protect your mind. It helps you to protect yourself. Some of us have this knowledge, but Ifa constrains us from using it to take advantage of people. Some people don't have that constraint. No, they don't have it. They will use it against you to get from you. Everybody wants to get from you. Fundamentally, basic. So you have learned something else extra aside from Ifa. How can you use your energy to control people in a room? Go to psychology class. I don't do psychology. I learned a bit of psychology, but I'm not teaching psychology. So, well, Ifa has value and alignment. Exactly. Ifa has value and alignment. So once you come in, okay, you are not asking, you are telling. All right, yeah. So once you, thank you, is that Atonda? Yes, Eshingoni Adupe. Queen B Esther, thank you so much for that. All right, we have come to the end of Ashe for today, episode 18, season 3 of Ashe for today. Let's make our Iba as we close. Eshegon, Dr. Yomi, I'm super grateful for your engagement. Thank you for posting the numbers. I said some will use their energy to control a room, even to get contract. Yes, people do it. Marketers, if you find people that close deals a lot, salespeople. You have a question, please go ahead and ask your question before they wrap up. Salespeople, they do it a lot. They know how to do it. especially when I was in real estate. Testimony of Ori. Testimony of Ori. Okay. John Wick, I don't understand that statement, but I've read what you said. The person that wants to ask a question, please ask the question. You are a digital real estate marketers. I did real estate in Dubai. Trust me. Western education has robbed us of a lot of things. I don't even need to see you before I close sales. Western education has robbed us of a lot of things. When I was in UAE, the other sales agents, realtors that were there, a lot of them from the Middle East that I related with, the practices that they used to sell and close deal is deeply rooted in their spirituality. Is deeply rooted in their spirituality. They will tell you that when they walk into a room, they know if the person is capable of buying or not without having a verbal conversation. Nobody will teach you that in school. BSc marketing and BSc, what's it called? You have BSc marketing. You have BSc biz admin. You go in to have MBA. You go in to do PhD in Kini. The lecturer that is teaching you in BSc marketing does not even have a business. Does not even market anything. And is one that is helping you to get your first degree in marketing and in business administration. I learned a lot of things from those people. I did learn a lot of things from them. Real estate. To a very large extent, we are not doing real estate in Nigeria. We are just doing buying and selling. You are just selling to somebody that needs it. It's easy to sell something to someone that needs it. They need it. But when you are selling to people that have money and they are trying to decide what to do with their money, they don't particularly need it. They already have a lot. But you are there, you are supposed to sell something to them that will make them empty shitload of money. That's another level. It's not classroom work. It is spirituality. And Ifa Business School gives you that basic. Especially if you sign, like I always say, especially if you sign up for the VIP package. One of the students, Maya, one of the students in your class right now, she just sent a message this morning that she wants to move from basic to VIP. She has applied these little things that you are learning in basic. As huge as they are, I call them little things. And she says she wants to do VIP right now. She's like, first of all, she looked at herself like, this job I'm on is not where I'm supposed to be. With this information, I'm ready to go all out for. Ifa is... Some of you think Iyanifa is saying this because she has a book to sell. Let me tell you something. If you don't buy that book, everything that is in that book, I'm applying it to my life. I have a real estate company in UAE that I run. I'm applying everything I taught you to that book there. So you see that book is not what is. It's not that book that is funding everything that we're doing. But that book is giving you information about how you are going to apply it to your own life and get the benefits in your own life. Those of you that are in the Ifa Business School, please, I need you to drop a comment. Sumaya, I can see you. I don't know if I can see any other person. I need you to drop a comment for every other person that is outside. This is real life. I didn't even know we're going to talk about it. I need you to explain, how does your assignment make you feel? For every other business class you have gone through, compare the assignments you have, the teachings and the assignments you have. Let's even leave the teaching. The teaching is a gift that the teacher has. You already know I'm a good teacher. But let's talk about the assignments that you are made to do. Sumaya, are you still there? Can I still see comments? Is TikTok still alive? Are you people still there? Those of you on TikTok, are you still there? I can't see anything moving on my screen. No. Are you still there? What's going on? Oh my goodness. I was wondering what was happening on my screen. Kilo Shele. Sorry guys, I don't know what happened though. Sorry. I just realized nothing was moving on my screen anymore. What was the last thing you heard? YouTube, you are still here. Yeah, thank you so much. TikTok went up for a while. What was the last thing you heard? What was the last thing you heard? What was the last thing you heard, please? Let's wrap up. We're almost done. What was the last thing you heard? I don't know at what point the network froze. I just discovered I wasn't seeing anything. No activities on TikTok. Let me know the last thing you heard. Okay, so, yeah. About the class. Okay, so I was explaining that a lot of people in the class, okay, I was calling Sumaya. I don't know if you heard that I called your name, saying that people will think that when I talk about this, it's because I have a book to sell or a course to sell. No. The same thing I'm teaching you there, I'm applying it to the companies that I have. Businesses that has not that have been running before I came here. Now, for that class, I see you here. I think you are the only student I can recognize here. With the teachings that you have been getting from Ifa Business School, if you want to rate the teaching, I mean the way you are being taught, with other business classes you have attended. Now, this is not a prep thing because I didn't even know we were going to talk about it. With all the business classes that we have, with other business classes you have attended, if you want to rate the teaching, how would you rate the teaching? Let's start with the teaching. How would you rate the teaching? All of you already know that your teacher is a teacher. You already know. Now, in fact, she has answered the question before I asked. Okay. She said, I can't even explain how many times the assignment has slapped me square in the face. That is the assignment too. I have cried on end, deleted and rewritten. That is the assignment. That's the type of assignments that we give. Smile Fitness said 100%, 1000 over 100. That is what you are going to do at the Ifa Business School. Forget every other business coaching that you have done. If you take one assignment, some people are already on class 12. You are on class 12, right? Is it 12 or 13? On the undiluted truth. Some parts you are still stuck. There are 16 classes. Are you on class 12 or 13? Some people are on class 12. Class 12. And they have not finished assignment 5. They are still there. And you have to do it. Now, that assignment is going to make you take your real life and real business. And you will see where your problem is. You will see why you are not growing in business. You will see why you have failed in business in the past. You will be able to look at other people around you and say, this is the problem of this year. Number 9 is biting you. What is number 9? What principle is number 9, please? I can't remember what principle that is. Which principle did I teach as principle 9? If you have not registered for Ifa Business School, go to the website Ifa College and register. And it's not about, I need to say this, it's not about just business. It's not about you are just building money. I want to know how to build a business, how to be an entrepreneur. Okay. It's not about how to be an entrepreneur. It's about how to build generational wealth. We are from that particular one. Don't worry, we'll talk about it in class. We are from a generation of people. We come from a lineage of people that build generational wealth. Life was not designed that you will have money work, then your children will go and start from the beginning again. Then your grandchildren will start from the beginning again. Your father had enough money to take care of you, but you are starting from the scratch. And if you don't take time, your children will also start from the scratch. Elédùmarè did not design life to be like this. So the ultimate aim of Ifa College is to help you build the foundation for generational wealth. Something that 7 generations after you will still be able to benefit from it. Just Mimi said, it redirects your entire blueprints back to square one. I was about to ask if it's just for business. It's not just for business. It is your life. It is about building wealth, generational wealth. Some people will build it through business, some people will build it through investment, some people will build it through their personality, through their person. Nobody is born and created to work and slave for another person's dream and just go. There is something you are supposed to build and continue building. You need to find it. Your father did not find it, your grandfather did not find it. Your ancestral lineage, that wealth that was created, was broken at some point. It was supposed to continue. Every family should be known for something, something that they will continue to eat and feed on and get wealth from for life. If you enter into a community today and we want to have a party and we need musicians and drummers, they will direct us to the house of Baba Ayan Deji, Baba Ayan Galu. Ayan represents drummer in Yoruba. Ẹ lọ sílé àwọn Ayan. When you get to that family, you will find a drummer. They have built a name that even if the Baba Ayan Galu that they sent you to has passed, you will pick the next Ayan in that family. You will not say, if Baba Ayan Galu cannot drum for us, nobody else is going to drum. Everybody knows that Baba Ayan Galu he inherited it from his own father and has passed it on to his own children. In that family, you will find it's not everybody in the Ayan family that will be a drummer, but they have created something in that family that will continue to sell for them for life. That is the way Ifa created. That is the way our ancestors built wealth. Somewhere along the line, that has been tampered with. People have left that, they've gone to school. The way Ayan can pass skills and wealth, Ile Agbomola, Ile Olola, thank you so much. The way they can pass generational wealth, you cannot pass your medical school certificates down to your children. You cannot pass your law degree and practice to your children. They always have to go and start. That's not the way it was designed. So in your generation, it has been broken. Your ancestors have found you. They have directed you to Ifa. They have directed you to Ifa College to learn how to rebuild that financial legacy for your own generation. You look at people who children that come from old money. It's not the same thing that their father is doing that they are doing now. I love Davido. I'm a huge fan of him. I love his person. I love his spirit. I love his works. I love the way he happens in this life. So I use him as an example a lot. Davido is coming from a lineage of money, but he's not doing the same thing his father is doing now. But he's still benefiting from it. And the music career he's growing. He had a higher pedestal than so many other people that could sing like him because of the generational wealth his family has grown. Copy's daddy is not a DJ. But Copy is not being treated as a DJ by virtue of her skills alone. Copy is being charged, she charges people as a DJ by virtue of the fact that she's an Otedola. Her father is not doing what the father did. Generational wealth is not just about business. It's about what you are building. That's wealth you are creating in your lineage, in your family. Your children can decide to be lawyers and doctors, but there is something about it. In this Ifa we are speaking about, the children of Baba Ifáyẹmí Ẹlẹ́bùíbọn, his children are benefiting from what he created, even in this Ifa that we are all talking about. If any of his children come today and says, hey, we are having a summer camp for Ifa, and they tag it, the Ẹlẹ́bùíbọn summer camp, you don't need to ask questions. All of you will rush there because of the name, and there is a wealth that has been created around that name. The children of his own children, his grandchildren, will benefit from it. 7 generations will still continue to benefit from it. What do you mean by, what's that, Ribena? I don't know what that means. What's Ribena? So this is what Ifa Business School is helping you build, not just business. but generational wealth. Yorùbá ní ìran mẹ́ta ò kì í tòṣì. Look at your family. Ìwọ ni ìran kẹrin tó ń tòṣì lọ báyìí, kí Ẹlẹ́dàá má jẹ́ ká tòṣì. Yoruba says 3 consecutive generations are not supposed to live and grow in poverty. In your own lineage, you are the 4th generation like this. Yes, the Kuti family. Everybody is creating it in one form. Be the one to recreate the one in your family. Ifa Business School will guide you. Those of them that are there will tell you, at least somebody has responded to the person asking, is it just about business? The entire blueprint of your life will change. It will change the entire course of your life. It will get you. We have come to the end of this live streaming today. If you give me chance and space, we will be here for another 4 hours. But don't worry, you need to go and do every other thing. It's Monday morning. And I'm glad and I'm grateful that you have stayed with us this long. Láṣẹ Èdùmàrè, bá a ṣe fi tí ọ̀tún gbọ́, kò ní gbà tòsì jáde. If you are just joining, if you missed some parts, head over to the YouTube channel, Iyanifa Ewa TV on YouTube, and catch a replay. If you want to buy your Iba book, go to the website, ifacollege.ng. You want to register for Ifa Business School, still go to the website, ifacollege.ng. You need a divination, you want to do your Ifa, you want to have your own Ifa, you have questions you want to buy spiritual product, herbal product, everything that involves the services of an Ifa priest or priestess. Send a message to the WhatsApp number that is pinned on your screen. That is the verified WhatsApp number of Ifa College and Iyanifa Ewa. I think I've answered everybody's question. Let's round up by making our Iba. Enyomo, oh yeah, where are you? We are going to make our Iba. See your fine here. Okay, I thought this had gone off. Akoda aye Asheba. Where are they? Oh yeah. Come this way. You come this way. Akoda aye Asheba. Asheba Sheda. Asheba tí wáyé ọjọ́. Asheba tí wọ̀ oòrùn. Elédùmarè ọba tẹ́rẹ̀ kárí ayé Asheba, aníkíbà wá ṣe ọ̀rọ̀. Jagunjagun òde ọ̀run Asheba. Ọba lánàá, ọba lẹ́ni, ọba títí ayérayé, òrán ọmọ níṣẹ́ fàyàtì, ọba tó fi gbogbo àgbálá ayé tó fi ṣe àpótí ìtìsẹ̀ rẹ̀. Ọba tó tẹ́ sọ́nà bí ẹni tẹ́ aṣọ, ọba tó tẹ́lẹ̀ bí ẹni tẹ́ ní Asheba. Kábíyèsí ọba tí ń fọba jẹ, aníkíbà wá ṣe ọ̀rọ̀. Lórígun mẹ́rẹ̀ẹ̀rin àgbálá ayé ń bi tá a ti ń ṣe Ifá, tá a ti ń ṣèṣẹ̀ṣe, tá a ti ń pe Ifá, Asheba Ifá. Ifá ẹlẹ́rìí ìpín, Ifá sọ̀rọ̀dayọ̀ Asheba, aníkíbà wá ṣe ọ̀rọ̀. Àjàgùnmàlẹ̀ olúwo òde ọ̀run Asheba, olúbíkin ọ̀sán ìbíkin Asheba. Asheba gbogbo agbára tó solé ayé rú, Asheba wọn tó tẹ̀ ká tó tẹ̀, Asheba wọn tó ṣàwó kù sẹ́yìn fún wa. Asheba wọn tó lànà, Asheba wọn tó tẹ̀lú ìdó, aníkíbà wá ṣe ọ̀rọ̀. Èmi lọ̀sẹ̀ Ifá, èmi lọ̀sẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun, gently. Èmi lọ̀sẹ̀ Ifá, èmi lọ̀sẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun, Asheba, aníkíbà wá ṣe. Aníkọ́lọ́sẹ̀ ó gbà, Ifá olókun asọ̀rọ̀dayọ̀, Ifá ẹlẹ́rìí ìpín, Ifá torí ẹni tí ò sunwọ̀n ṣe, Ifá afinimọ̀nà ọmọ aráyé, Ifá aṣe, Ifá orí mi rèé o, aṣeyé ìpá Ifá, aṣeyé ìpá ipi, aṣeyé ìpá òrìṣà, aníkí ọlọ́sẹ̀ ó gbà láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Ọ̀ṣunṣẹ̀ ìgbẹ̀ṣẹ̀ olóyìn ayò ládékojú ẹbọra tí ń gbé nínú omi, ìyá mi ẹ̀rùjí alágbolódò. O wáyọ̀rìn kówó sí aṣeore yèyé o, aṣe omi o, ọ̀tá o, ẹ̀rí o, àgbá o, oore yèyé Ọ̀ṣun o, aníkọ́lọ́sẹ̀ ó gbà o, kíbà wá ṣe o. Ẹ̀yin ìyá mi ọ̀pàkẹ́ àlàkẹ́ ẹ̀yà alágbogbo idẹ ẹ̀yin arógbáṣọ má balẹ̀, ẹ̀yin ìyá mi ọlọ́mú kan tí ń fún gba ọmọ ọlọ́mọ ẹlẹ́sẹ̀ kan tí ń bẹ́ lẹ́sẹ̀ méjì ìjà, ẹ̀yin olókìkí òru, ẹ̀yin ìyá mi ẹlẹ́yẹ, ẹ̀yin ìyá mi òṣèrò mọ̀nìgà, ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ẹ là wá lórí, ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ẹ dá wa lóṣù, ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ẹ ní ká máa ṣáwó, ẹ̀yin abiyamọ ọlọ́jà gbọ̀rọ̀gbọ̀rọ̀, abiyamọ tí ò jẹ́ kọ́mọ ó jábọ́ ògbẹ́ kí ọmọ ẹ̀ka tí rere, abiyamọ ayé, abiyamọ ọ̀run Asheba, aníkíbà wá ṣe ọ̀rọ̀. Mo ṣèbá onílé mi ògbódò ọ̀rà, mo ṣèbá Jíbọ́lá, mo ṣèbá Ẹdán, mo ṣèbá ìyá mi Àbẹ̀ní, mo ṣèbá ìyá ayé, mo ṣèbá gbogbo ọmọ onílé látòrí Òṣùgbó títí dórí àwọn Erelú, mo ṣe bá Tẹ́rẹ́lú, mo ṣe bá Tòṣùgbó, mo ṣe bá Olúwo, mo ṣe bá Ìyá Àbíyè, mo ṣe bá àwọn Apènà, àwọn Balógun, àwọn Lísà látòkèdókè láì dápá kan sí, mo ṣe Ogbó Atọ́, mo ṣe Ogbó Ẹdọ, mo ṣe Ogbó Alàwòrò Lótùfẹ́ fún gbogbo ọmọlé Ajíbọ́lá, mo ṣe Ogbó Kọrin Kése, mo ní kí bà mí ṣẹ ọ̀rọ̀. Níbi gbogbo tí orí yín wà, níbi gbogbo tẹ́ ẹ péjọpọ̀ sí, tẹ́ ẹ ti ń gbọ́ mi, tẹ́ ẹ ti ń rí mi, tẹ́ ẹ ti ń wò mí, mo ṣe bá orí yín, mo ṣe bá ẹlẹ́dàá yín, mo ṣe bá ọmọdé, mo ṣe bá àgbàlagbà, mo ṣe bá dúdú, mo ṣe bá funfun, gbogbo yín pátápátá ni mo ṣe bá fún, mo ní kí bà mí ṣẹ ọ̀rọ̀. Inú ẹ̀kọ́ fata wá wálé mi, a ti kọ́ nípa orí, a ti kọ́ nípa ẹlẹ́dàá, a ti kọ́ nípa bá a ṣe ń ṣèbà fórí. Gbogbo àwọn tá à ń ṣèbà fún kọ́ gbà kọ́ má dá sí wa láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Orí wa ìṣẹ̀dá wa ò ní gbàbọ̀dé láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Orí wa ìṣẹ̀dá wa ò ní gbàbọ̀dé láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Níbi tó bá ti ń pe orí wa, níbi tó ti ń pe ìṣẹ̀dá wa, níbi orí wa ò ní dáhùn láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Níbi tó bá ti ń pe orí wa, níbi ògùn lákàáyé ọ̀ṣì ìmọ̀lẹ̀, olómi nílé fẹ̀jẹ̀wẹ̀, òláṣọ nílé fìmọ̀ kí mọ̀ bóra, ògùn jagunjagun òdi ọ̀run, ògùn tó lànà falára tó lànà fàjèrò, á lọ jà fún yín níbẹ̀ láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Gbogbo àwọn tó ń perí yín níbi tó ń pè ṣẹ̀dá yín níbi, ògùn lákàáyé á fi ẹ̀jẹ̀ wọn á fi pa títì láró láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Níbikíbi tó bá ti ń pe yín, tó bá ti ń porí yín níbi, kábíyèsí Ṣàngó, àkàtà yẹríyẹrí, iná lójú, iná nínú, iná lẹ́nu, alágbádá iná aláwọ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀ oòrùn, ògùn lákàáyé á finá dá wọn lóhùn láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Níbikíbi tó bá ti wá di ẹrù ọ̀run tó ló dorí yín, ó dẹlẹ́dàá yín, àwa dá padà pé ẹni tó bá di ẹrù ọ̀run báyìí, òun ló máa farẹ, òun ló máa fọwọ́ ara ẹ̀ gbé, òun ló máa forí ara ẹ̀ gbé. Orí yín ò ní gbẹ́rù ọ̀run, ìṣẹ̀dá yín ò ní gbẹ́rù ọ̀run láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Tá a bá wá rẹ́ni tó jókòó sínú òkùnkùn, tó ń ta ọfà sínú ìmọ́lẹ̀ ayé yín, tó ń ta ọfà sórí yín, tó ń ta ọfà sẹ́lẹ̀dàá yín, gbogbo ọfà tó bá tà ó di dandan kó padà sí wọn lórí, torí wọ́n ní ọwọ́ tọ́gẹ̀dẹ̀ bá gbé báyìí ara ẹ̀ ló máa fi ń nà. Gbogbo ọfà tó ń ta láti inú òkùnkùn sínú ìmọ́lẹ̀ ayé yín láṣẹ Èdùmàrè á padà lọ sórí ẹni tó ń ta ọfà láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Wọ́n ní òkúta bá sọlú ọ̀pẹ̀lọpẹ̀ ń sọlú ní, ẹni tó bá ń sọ̀kò ìbànújẹ́ nítorí tiyín, nítorí ọkọ yín, nítorí aya yín, nítorí ọmọ, nítorí iṣẹ́ yín, nítorí ìdókòwò yín láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Ẹni tó bá sọ òkò yẹn, òun lọ̀pẹ̀ máa sọ́nà padà láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Ẹni tó bá wá ní òkú bí tẹ́ ẹ máa gbé gbà, ẹni tó bá ní òkú bí tẹ́ ẹ máa gbé gbà nílé ayé láṣẹ Èdùmàrè, lójú ẹ̀mí wọn orí yín á gbé gbàbire, orí yín á délé ere, á débire, á kọ́lé ere, á kọ́lé aláyọ̀, á dirun, á digba lójú ẹ̀mí wọn láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Ẹni tó bá wá ti pinnu pé kò ní ṣojú òun, tó ti ní lá àfẹ̀yìn òun ni láṣẹ Èdùmàrè, wọ́n á jẹun láyé báyìí, wọ́n á lọ ṣọ wọ́n lọ́run. Toró ti di dandan kórí yín gbáre, ó ti di dandan kí ṣẹ̀dá yín gbáre láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Orí wa ò ní gbàbọ̀dé o, ìṣẹ̀dá wa ò ní gbàbọ̀dé o, ibi tó rí ń gbé wa lọ ẹsẹ̀ wa ò ní ṣì wá lọ́nà láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Ibi tó rí ń gbé wa lọ sẹ́ẹ̀, àní ẹsẹ̀ wa ò ní ṣì wá lọ́nà láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Orí tí gbogbo wa ti wá yàn, ó di dandan ká gbélé ayé ṣe, ìrọ̀rùn tá a fi máa gbélé ayé ṣe nǹkan tá a yàn, àyànmọ́ tá a yàn, ìṣẹ̀dá tá a yàn láṣẹ Èdùmàrè, Ifá fi rọ̀ wá lọ́rùn. Láṣẹ Èdùmàrè, Ifá fi rọ̀ wá lọ́rùn. Wọ́n ní Ifá ni afinimọ̀nà ọmọ aráyé, Ifá fọ̀nà wọn ẹsẹ̀ yín, ibi tó rí ń gbé yín lọ láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Wọ́n ní Ifá ni a tún orí ẹni tí ò sunwọ̀n ṣe, níbikíbi tí orí yín bá kù díẹ̀ káàtó sí, tó bá jẹ́ pé bí iṣẹ́ ni o, tó bá jẹ́ pé bí ọrọ̀ ajé ni, tó bá jẹ́ pé ti ìlera ni, tó bá jẹ́ ti ìdókòwò ni, tó bá jẹ́ ti ìgbéyàwó ni, tó bá jẹ́ ti iṣẹ́ tẹ̀ ń jí lọ ṣe ni, níbi gbogbo tó ti kù díẹ̀ káàtó torí yín ò sùn, Ifá bá wa tún ṣe, ẹlẹ́dàá bá wa tún ṣe láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Ibi tó ti kù díẹ̀ káàtó sẹ̀, torí yín ò ti sunwọ̀n, lórí ọkọ ni, lórí aya ni, lórí ọmọ ni, Ifá bá yín tún ṣe láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Gbogbo ìgbésẹ̀ tá a wá ń gbé, gbogbo ẹsẹ̀ tá a ń gbé, ẹsẹ̀ tá a ń gbé ò ní báráyé nínú, àní gbégbésẹ̀ tó máa bí aráyé nínú láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Àní fojú ayé mọ́lẹ̀, àní taṣọ àgbà mọ́lẹ̀, àwọn tá a máa ṣẹ̀ tí ò ní dáríjì wá, Elédùmarè ò ní jẹ́ ká ṣẹ̀ wọ́n láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Elédùmarè ò tiẹ̀ ní jẹ́ ká pàdé wọn láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. wọ́n ní iyọ̀ ló ní kọ́mọ aráyé máa fẹnu yọ̀ wí tí yín níbi gbogbo tọ́mọ aráyé bá ti ń dárúkọ yín ó di dandan kọ́ máa fẹnu yọ̀ wí tèmi àti yín láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. ẹni tó bá ti fẹ́ máa fẹnu àtẹ́ tó ti fẹ́ máa fi wí tiwa where are they? ẹni tó bá fẹ́ fi ẹnu I said here ẹni tó bá fẹ́ fi ẹnu àtẹ́ tó bá fẹ́ fi máa wí ti ní láṣẹ Èdùmàrè orí yẹn àkọ́ ìṣẹ̀dá yẹn àkọ́ láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. mo ní kí gbogbo ọmọ aráyé kó máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí fẹ́nu yọ̀ wí ti ní láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. níbi gbogbo tẹ́ ẹ bá wá kọjú sí wọn ní ire lójú owó ire lójú yẹn á máa rí láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. ojú wa ò ní rí bí o ojú wa ò ní rí bí o ìṣẹ̀dá wa ò ní kan bí o láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. wọ́n níjọ́ tó rí bá fojú kan ọ̀rẹ́ ìjọ yẹn ló níjọ́ kọ́mọ aráyé máa yọ́nú sí yín ìṣọkùnrin ní ìṣobìnrin ní ọmọdé ní àgbà ní dúdú ní funfun ní lẹ́bọ lóògùn ní amọ́niṣe ní afàìmọ́niṣe ní oṣóolé ní àjẹlé ní aṣenitán bá ní dárò ní níbi gbogbo tó bá wà lórígun mẹ́rẹ̀ẹ̀rin àgbáńlá ayé rẹ̀ kọ́ máa yọ́nú sí yín láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. ẹ̀yọ́nú Ọlọ́run bá ẹ̀yọ́nú ènìyàn òun lèmi àti yín á máa bá pàdé láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. níbi gbogbo tá a bá wà owó ẹyọ ló ní kọ́mọ aráyé máa yọ̀ mọ́ wa wọ́n á máa yọ̀ mọ́ wa ní láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. irú ayọ̀ nìkan la máa gbọ́ nílé wa àní gbọ́rọ̀ ìbànújẹ́ láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. irú ayọ̀ nìkan la máa gbọ́ nílé wa àní gbọ́rọ̀ ìbànújẹ́ láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. gbogbo àdáwọ́lé wa ire ló máa yọrí sí gbogbo àdáwọ́lé wa ire ló máa yọrí sí láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. àwa ní ṣe lásán gbogbo ògbìyànjú tá à ń ṣe nílé ayé àní ṣe lásán gbogbo bá a ṣe ń fà á máa tóra wọn gbogbo bá a ṣe ń lù á máa dún fún wa ní láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. mo wá ṣèwúre fún gbogbo babaláwo Ìyánífà bàbá lóríṣà ìyá lóríṣà àpẹ̀tẹ̀ bíi eléwé ọmọ oníṣègùn tó ń gbọ́ mi tó ń wò mí báyìí pé àní fọmọ wa ṣiṣẹ́ àní fọkọ wa ṣiṣẹ́ àní fara wa ṣiṣẹ́ láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. iṣẹ́ tẹ́lẹ̀dùmarè ti parí iṣẹ́ táwọn ìyá mi tó láyé ti yọ́nú sí òun ló máa gbé wá fún wa láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. bá a ṣe ń lù á máa dún fún wọn ni bá a ṣe ń já ewé ewé á máa jẹ́ bá a ṣe ń lọ egbò egbò á máa jẹ́ fún wa ní láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. àwa ní ṣe lásán ó jẹ́ yọ̀ ó jẹ́ yẹ̀pẹ̀ láti fún wọn ni á bá wọn lára mu bójómi láti fún wọn ni á bá wọn lára mu irọ́ là ń pa Elédùmarè ló sọ di òótọ́ gbogbo ọ̀fọ̀ tá a bá fọ̀ láṣẹ Èdùmàrè àwọn tó láyé wọn á bá wa fi àṣẹ sí àwọn tó nílẹ̀ wọn á bá wa fi àṣẹ sí láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ẹ wá ń tọ babaláwo àti Ìyánífà lọ ẹ̀ ní ṣe lásán ẹbọ tẹ̀ ń gbé ẹbọ á fín ẹbọ á dà ẹbọ á dòdì ọ̀run láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. igúnnugún tí ń jẹbọ ṣálú ayé á jẹbọ tiwa àkàlàmàgbò tí ń jẹ tọ̀run á jẹ tiwa láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. àwọn tó láyé àgbà èṣù àgbà ẹ̀gbá àgbà á bá wa gbé fáwọn ajogun ajogun á dẹ̀yìn lẹ́yìn wa láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. èmi àti yóò ní ṣe lásán gbogbo alábíamọ tó ń gbọ́ mi láṣẹ Èdùmàrè ẹ̀ ní fojú sunkún ọmọ ẹ̀ ní mọ sàárè ọmọ ẹ̀ ní fojú sunkún ọmọ ẹ̀ ní mọ sàárè ọmọ ẹrù tálábíamọ ìtúkùn ní gbé wá káìní àti yín mọ́lé láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. níjọ́ táwọn ọmọ wa bá ń ṣoríire tó bá ń gba ìgbéga lọ́tún àtòsí láṣẹ Èdùmàrè ire la máa bá níbẹ̀ àwa la máa wà níbẹ̀ wọn ò ní fẹ́ lòmíì ṣe wá láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. níjọ́ táwọn ọmọ wa bá ń ṣe nǹkan ẹ̀yẹ wọn ò ní dìde ìṣẹ́jú kan fẹ́mi àti yín ẹni ẹlẹ́ni ò ní gbà ṣe wá ṣe láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. nídìílé ọkọ ni onídìílé aya ni ìrọ̀rùn báyìí òun ló máa jẹ́ fún wa láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. àjẹ́ owó ọlá ọlà ló máa jẹ́ tiwa èní lọ́jọ́ ajé ajé ìwúgúlú sọ onísọ̀ òbòdì ajé á dúró tiwa ajé àfilé wa ṣẹlẹ̀ àtọ̀tún àtòsí tẹ́yẹlé fi ń kórè wá máa gbére ajé wá fún wa lódindi tátàrí ń di tiẹ̀ lọ́ máa di tiwa fún wa láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. èmi àti yín ò ní gborí àbọ̀ àní bá wọn dúpẹ́ tipátipá àní bá wọn dúpẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ àní gbore bẹ́ẹ̀ orí odindi báyìí tátàrí ń di tiẹ̀ òun lèmi àti yín á máa rí gbà láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. àwọn èèyàn jàǹkànjàǹkàn àwọn lẹ́ẹ̀kan àwọn lórúkọ lórígun mẹ́rẹ̀ẹ̀rin àgbáláyé àwọn ló máa gbére ajé wá fún wa ló máa gbére ọlá wá fún wa ló máa fi ajé àti ọlá wọn báyìí ló máa fi bò wá láṣìírí láti gúúsù ni o látàríwá ni o láti ìlà oòrùn ni láti ìwọ̀ oòrùn ni ire ajé báyìí òun ló máa gbé wá fún wa láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. wọ́n ní àbùdí ní tolókun àbùdí ní tọlọ́sà gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ẹ ti bù jáde báyìí pé ẹ jẹ́ ká fi fún èèyàn ní bíbáyé tẹ́ ń fún babaláwo tẹ́ ń fún Iyanifa tẹ́ ń fáwọn ẹgbẹ́ tẹ́ ń fọmọ kékeré tẹ́ ń fáwọn aláìní tẹ́ ń fáwọn òrukọ gbogbo ibi tẹ́ ẹ ti ń yọ jáde àbùjí ló máa jẹ́ fún yín láṣẹ Èdùmàrè ajé òbí búlúsọ á máa bùjí fún yín ni ọwọ́ ní òní kàn sàlẹ̀ àpò láṣẹ Èdùmàrè wọ́n ní àtòjù àtẹ̀rùn ilé alákàn yìí gbẹ ilé yìí ò ní gbẹ fówó kò ní gbẹ fọ́lá kò ní gbẹ fàlàáfíà kò ní gbẹ fún dùnú kò ní gbẹ fún àìkú tí ń ṣe baálé ọ̀rọ̀ láṣẹ Èdùmàrè wọ́n ní agbe tí ń gbére pàdé olókun wọ́n ní kó má gbére pàdé olókun mọ̀ pé kó wa máa gbére gbọ̀ wá bá gbogbo àwa tá à ń gbọ́ tá à ń wò mí àlùkò tí ń gbére pàdé ọlọ́sà wọ́n ní kó má gbére pàdé ọlọ́sà mọ́ kó o máa gbére bọ̀ wá bá gbogbo ojú tó ń wò mí àti etí tó ń gbọ́ mi láṣẹ Èdùmàrè lódindi báyìí ló máa gbé wá fún wa tíre náà bá wá dọ́wọ́ wa kò ní gbọ̀n dànù lọ́wọ́ wa ọmọ aráyé ò ní gbọ́n re wa dànù lọ́wọ́ wa wọn ò ní fi re wa ṣàpínlẹ̀ láṣẹ Èdùmàrè gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ̀ ń ṣiṣẹ́ káàárọ̀ bó ojí mi ẹ̀yin tẹ̀ ń ṣiṣẹ́ ìjọba ẹ̀yin tẹ̀ ń bá aládàáni ṣiṣẹ́ láṣẹ Èdùmàrè ọkọ ọba àgbà ọba kò ní ṣá yín lẹ́sẹ̀ ìjọ tí ẹ̀tọ́ yín bá tó láti gbà ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ẹ ṣiṣẹ́ náà lẹ máa gbà ọmọ aráyé ò ní fẹ̀tọ́ yín ṣàpínlẹ̀ láṣẹ Èdùmàrè ìjọ tí ẹ̀tọ́ yín bá dẹ́sẹ̀ alẹ́ ni lẹ máa gbà fúnra yín bẹ́ẹ̀ dẹ̀ ṣe gbà ẹ máa lò ẹ̀ ní fi wo àìsàn ẹ̀ ní fi ṣẹjọ́ láṣẹ Èdùmàrè gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wá dá iléeṣẹ́ tiyín sílẹ̀ tẹ́ ń ṣiṣẹ́ tiyín tẹ́ dókòwò tiyín sílẹ̀ wọ́n ní àtàwàràwàrà báyìí lọ́mọ ẹ̀ta ń tà kọ́mọ ẹlòmíì tó tà ọ́ àtàwàràwàrà àtàjèrè báyìí ni gbogbo wa máa tà láṣẹ Èdùmàrè wọ́n nínú igbó lórógbó wà ọmọ aráyé ńlànà kan ni inú igbó lobìnrin wà ọmọ aráyé ńlànà kan ni ọmọ aráyé ńlànà rekùnrin wọ́n á ńlànà lákànyìn nínú igbó tẹ́ wà yẹn báyìí òun náà ti máa wá rí yín tó máa gbére ajé yín wá fún yín láṣẹ Èdùmàrè gbogbo ẹni tí ọ̀nà ajé ti dí mọ́ tí ọrọ̀ ajé ti dí mọ́ gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń ṣiṣẹ́ erin tẹ́ wá ń jẹ̀jẹ̀ bí ẹni ṣiṣẹ́ aáyán láṣẹ Èdùmàrè ògùn lákàáyé tó lànà falára tó lànà fàjèrò ògùn àlànà ire kò ní ògùn àlànà ajé kò ní ògùn àlànà ọlá àlànà ọlà kò ní láṣẹ Èdùmàrè ọ̀nà rírí jẹ ọ̀nà rírí mu kò ní dímọ́ ìyẹn àti yín láṣẹ Èdùmàrè gbogbo iṣẹ́ bá ń ṣe iṣẹ́ kékeré báyìí owó ńlá lélẹ́dùmarè á fi ṣe fún wa Ifá máa fare wá fún wa látọ̀tún àtòsí láṣẹ Èdùmàrè oore ìfà látọ̀tún àti òsì òun la máa jẹ nínú Ifá láṣẹ Èdùmàrè wọ́n ní Ifá ti gbé àwọn ará iwájú Ifá gbèmí àti yín o wọ́n ní Ìṣẹ̀ṣe ti gbé àwọn ará iwájú Ìṣẹ̀ṣe á gbèmí àti yín láṣẹ Èdùmàrè Ifá àwa ní dórí tiwa kó bàjẹ́ kò ní dórí tiwa kó parun láṣẹ Èdùmàrè lọ́nà àwọn aláṣẹkù lọ́nà àwọn tó ṣàwò kù sẹ́yìn fún wa àní ṣe lásán láṣẹ Èdùmàrè nínú gbogbo bí tá a bá kọjú sí nínú gbogbo bí tá a bá dé ire la máa bá níbẹ̀ láṣẹ Èdùmàrè fún gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wá ti rìnrìn àjò tẹ́ ẹ ti wá nǹkan tẹ́ ẹ máa jẹ tẹ́ ẹ ti bọ́ sẹ́yìn odi tẹ́ ẹ ti bọ́ sílùú ọba láṣẹ Èdùmàrè ẹ kórè oko délé ẹ̀ẹ̀ni gbé sájò bí èéfín o ọ̀rọ̀ yóò wá ní dàbí ejò tó kọjá lórí àpáta tí ò ní pa ọ́ bó ṣe lọ ló ṣe bọ̀ orí àtẹlẹ́dà yóò ní kọ tí ń bẹ̀ láṣẹ Èdùmàrè gbogbo èrè tó wà ní ìrìn àjò tẹ́ lọ yẹn òun lẹ máa kó wá sílé lódindi láṣẹ Èdùmàrè gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ ti rán wọn nílùú òyìnbó tẹ́ ẹ ti rán wọn lókèèrè wọn ò ní fòkú ọmọ yín wọn ò ní fi ránṣẹ́ sílé fún yín wọn ò ní fòkú tiyín náà wọn ò ní fi ránṣẹ́ sílé sáwọn tó ní yín láṣẹ Èdùmàrè ire lọ́tún lósì báyìí òun ló máa jẹ́ tiwa ire lọ́tún lósì báyìí òun ló máa jẹ́ tiwa ọ̀rọ̀ wọ́n ní àwíṣẹ́ ní Tifá wọ́n ní àfọ̀ṣẹ́ ní Tọ̀rúnmìlà wọ́n ní àbátálájọ wọn bá dá òun lòrìṣà òkè ń gbà àwa tún ti wí lẹ́yìn a tún ti dábàá òrìṣà òkè ti bá wa fàṣẹ sí torí wọ́n ní tí eyín iwájú bá gé ẹran kèrèdí ìgbà rìn èyí tá a wí lẹ́yìn àwọn tó láyé àwọn tó nílẹ̀ wọ́n ti bá wa tẹ́wọ́ gbà wọ́n ti bá wa fàṣẹ sí wọ́n ní báfẹ́fẹ́ bá fẹ́ ó di dandan kókó ní oko lára ìwúre tí mo ti wí lẹ́yìn láṣẹ Èdùmàrè á kàn yín lára níbi gbogbo tẹ́ ẹ bá wà wọ́n ní tó bá jẹ́ pé kọ̀ọ̀kan lọ fi wẹ̀ yín jọ́tọ́ bí yín ó di dandan kí ìwúre yìí kàn yín lára wọ́n ní tó bá jẹ́ pé ọṣẹ lọ fi wẹ̀ yín níjọ́tọ́ bí yín sẹ́ àló di dandan kí ìwúre yìí ó ṣẹ mọ́ yín lára wọ́n ní tó bá jẹ́ pé omi lọ fi mọ́ yín lára tó fi mọ́ yín jọ́tọ́ bí yín ó di dandan kí ìwúre yìí kó mọ́ yín lára, á wá bá orí yín, á bẹ́lẹ̀dá yín, orí yín ò ní kọ́, ìṣẹ̀dá yín ò ní kọ́ láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Wọ́n ní àbámọ́dá kan yìí dá tiẹ̀ kó má ṣe. Àwa tún ti dábàá lẹ́yìn òrìṣà òkè ti fàṣẹ sí, torí wọ́n ní àbá tí ọmọ alágẹmọ bá dá òun lòrìṣà òkè ń fàṣẹ sí. Èyí tá a wí lẹ́yìn àṣẹ ti gùn, arọ̀ tí ó rọ̀ mọ́, ó ti rí bẹ́ẹ̀, ó ti ṣẹ bẹ́ẹ̀ láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Àṣẹ. Wọ́n ní kí Ifá ó bá ní ṣe, k'Elédùmarè ó bá wa ṣe, àwọn tó ṣàwo kù sẹ́yìn kó bá wa ṣe. A ní kí Ifá ó bá wa ṣe, k'Elédùmarè ó bá wa ṣe, àwọn tó ṣàwo kù sẹ́yìn kó bá wa ṣe. Ifá bá wa ṣe o, Elédùmarè á bá wa ṣe, àwọn tó ṣàwo kù sẹ́yìn wọ́n á bá wa ṣe tiwa láṣepé láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Until tomorrow, when you'll be joining me again for another episode of Àṣẹ for today, 6 a.m. Nigerian time, 5 a.m. for those of you on the GMT, that is UK and Ghana, 12 midnight or 12 a.m. for those of you on the EST. I remain your host, Chief Iyanifa Ewa, popularly known as Iyanifa Ewa. Wọ́n ní ká kí onírú pé ẹ ṣé, ọlọ́bẹ̀ ẹ ṣé, nílé lóko lẹ́yìn òdì, níbi gbogbo tẹ́ bá ti ń gbọ́hùn mi lẹ́nu. Èmi náà ni o, ìyá yín, ọ̀rẹ́ yín, olóyè Iyanifa Ewa, tí gbogbo èèyàn mọ̀ sí Iyanifa Ewa. Èmi ni olóòtú àtolùdarí ètò Àṣẹ for today tá a máa ń gbọ́ láràárọ̀ lórí ìkànnì TikTok Ifá College àti Iyanifa Ewa lórí YouTube. Títí ọ̀la tá a tún máa pàdé, mo ní ire báyìí la máa bára wa ṣe. Àní tójú ayé mọ́lẹ̀, àní mọ sàárè ọmọ. Ẹrù tálábíàmọ ìtú wọn ò ní gbé wá kémi àti yín mọ́lẹ̀. Wọn ò ní fẹ́ lomi ìṣe wa o. Ojú tẹ́ fi ń wò wá báyìí kò ní fọ́. Etí tẹ́ fi ń gbọ́ wa kò ní di. Àwa lẹ máa bá, ẹ̀yin náà la máa rí. Títí ọ̀la náà, ire báyìí òun la máa bára wa ṣe. Ajé á gbè wá o ní gbogbo ibi tá à ń lọ. Ajé á gbè wá. Àwa náà àwa padà wá, àṣẹnu rere yin awo. Àwa yin Ifá, Ifá yin Elédùmarè nítorí èmi àti yín. Títí ọ̀la, that's Marira. I love you and thank you so much for the support. If you want to catch a replay, head over to the YouTube channel Iyanifa Ewa TV on YouTube to catch a replay. For all our gifters, Ajé will multiply it. Ajé will increase you on every side. Láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Iṣẹ́ Ifá lẹ̀ ń ṣe o, ẹ̀ ní ṣe lásán. Iṣẹ́ Ọ̀rúnmìlà lájìjọ ń ṣe. Iṣẹ́ àwọn Ọ̀rúnmọlẹ̀ lájìjọ ń ṣe. Àní ṣe lásán láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Ifá gbè wá o, ìṣẹ̀ṣe á gbè wá, àwọn alálẹ̀ ilẹ̀ á gbè wá. Àṣẹ.